Schwing. Good afternoon. Oh my gosh, it looks like I'm blowing your ears out. So sorry about that. Hey, Shaner K, I see you in the chat. Hello. Chat was lit before we went live. So if you missed out on that, make sure you scroll back. Shelly Ray, thank you so much for being a member for 20 months. We love our Rick's Renegades. Fruity Tootie, Beatrix, Linguipster, Yaba, love you so much. Guppy, Jesse, Gemini, Emotional Support Muffin, Just Aileen, Jesse Rose, hello. Let's see who else. Oh, Skylar, so sorry you had to leave. I'm going to go ahead and read Skylar's message because it was so heartfelt. Skylar said, yeah, but you're okay in my book, but please be careful. Sam has a 15-year criminal record and creates chaos, and you need to support your 3 children. That's a lot for anybody without adding trouble in with prayer hand emojis. Thank you for that, Skylar. Oh my God, there went my chat. Persephone's Pomegranate, hello. Comfort 1970, hello. Let's see. Let me just be sure. No, okay. Oh, Shaner K, thank you so much for joining memberships. We do love our basic Betties. Lisa Simpson, hello. Effie Cujo, Hollow, Hey Girl, Hey, Stumbled Upon, Mandy, Elizabeth, Riley, Christy, Auntie M, nice to see you. Nikki P, good to see you, Nikki P. You know what, Nikki P, if you don't mind, I am going to go ahead and give you your moderator wrench back just because I know that Yaba is busy working on her postcards. So I need at least one extra set of eyes on the chat just to be, covered or whatever. No need to mod heavily. Just, anything really outrageous, any doxing or, slurs, anything like that. Let's just keep an eye on that. All right. Give me 1 second. I need to make a little note. All right. I just need to check on something and I didn't want to forget because I would. Crap, it's freezing in here already. Hey, baby bop. Indy, hello. Watcher. Oh, yeah? Let's see. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Angry Pistachio is sniping you right now. Good. I want all eyes on me as per. So that's fine. Hey, Peanut, you fucking weirdo. Witty Widow, good to see you today. It's been so long. I've seen you popping your head up here and there, though. Popper lives. Hello, Kimberlina. Hello, Peanut. I'm glad you're sniping. And I hope you'll react to this and all your little friends too. Owl, will we find you reacting to today's stream? I bet not. Gigi, how about you? Belinda, you guys are reacting to everything else I do and say on the internet. Will you react to this stream? My guess is going to be no. Hey, Evelyn, good to see you. Glad you didn't get away from me in the chat. Dan's for days, member for 2 months. We do love our basic Betties. Thank you so much for being a member for 2 months. Tishy says, I was 3/4 of the way through your last video when I took it down. Oh, sorry about that. I guess got to be here live these days. Samtastic. Entertainment during testing. I'm glad I could be here for you. Stephanie C, thank you for being a member for 6 months. Happy to spend a day off with your favorite felons. I'm happy you're here as well. Nicole, hello. Linguipster, for the next 10 times you have to pay a fine. Good to have you back. Thank you so much for the super chat. Courage 101 says, what did I miss? I don't know what you missed and what you made. Toots, hello. Honey West, nice to see you. Don't really know what it's all about, but always here for you and yeah. But thank you so much for that. Lisa Simpson, thank you for gifting a Sam Telfler membership. Bob Booey got the gifted membership. Welcome. Damn, it feels good to be a villain. All right. Hey, Oz Angel, long time no see. Kimberly, thank you so much for joining memberships. We love our basic Betties. I'm not planning on being here very long. I just want to, kind of talk about a few things. Frankie the Chihuahua, nice to see you. Thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships, baby. Shake the lurkers out of the trees, will you? I can hear everybody scurrying to switch to a sock account as the gifted memberships get dropped. I love that. Yay, new members. Papa Liz, Honey West, Ratatouille, Last Minute Laura, and Jessie Cat. Welcome. Fat Llama Loves You says, I'm here and bouncing checks. Fuck the haters. Big fucking, yeah, the Stam's got a rap sheet. Stam is a 15-year-long rap sheet. She's a convicted felon. Hey, Poggy. Hey, Tweet T. Indy. So yeah, I'll speak on that just briefly. The truth of the matter is, I've only ever in my life had one criminal conviction. It wasn't even a conviction. I pled to a misdemeanor bad check for which I was fined $1. So, Oz Angel, thank you so much for the super chat. Just because I've missed you too. Lashes do be wonky. Thank you for being a member for 15 months. We love our Rick's Renegades. Oh God, you're with your accountant. Oh Lord. Lord have mercy on your soul. Busted Can of Biscuits, thank you for gifting a Sam Tuffler membership. Jesse Rose, welcome. Yeah, so whatever. Also, by the way, the literal 16-year-old misdemeanor charge has since been expunged. So if we want to be technical about things, I don't have any criminal history on my record. So whatever this rap sheet is and all these felonies you guys are so worried about, I guess you can rest assured that it's been 16 years since I was arrested for a bad check and fined $1 for my misdemeanor offense. And it has now since been expunged by a judge in a court of law. There was a hearing. The state showed up. I showed up with my attorney, and there wasn't even any testimony. The state, when my attorney was just beginning to start, the state interrupted her and said the state has no objection to this expungement, and the hearing was over, and it's over, and I no longer have a criminal record. So it is what it is. Marisol, thank you so much for gifting 5 Sam Tuffler memberships. Rowan, Stumbled, Watcher, Beatrix, and Danny, welcome. Very Good says, I almost forgot. Here's my contribution to the alleged bail fund or candy fund or whatever. Keep batting away those idiots. Thank you so much for the support. 5 more Sam Tuffler memberships. Jiggly Girl, welcome. Legal Weasel, Thalia, Vay Media, Baby Bop, and Hijab Cheese, welcome. Hey, I better see the custom emojis taking off, flying in the chat with all these memberships. All of that for $1? No, Jess. The check was actually for $500, and it was just unfortunate, an unfortunate series of events. I'll just go over it real quick because we all know what it was. All right. I paid a deposit for a moving company because I was moving across the country with my family, and it was a $500 deposit and a check that was written, I believe, in June of 2009. We did not move until August. We moved from Indiana to Texas. The check was written on a bank that's only local to South Bend, Indiana. It's called First Source Bank. Look it up. Anywho, the moving company, for whatever reason, they did not put that check through. They didn't attempt to put the check through until November, which was like 3 months after we moved. Anyway, about it, if any of you have moved across country before, you know that that's quite an ordeal, especially with 5 children. They had to be registered in schools, and there was a lot of money flying around, a lot of things going on. And yeah, the $500 deposit for the moving company, like, I didn't notice it didn't go through my account. And when we moved, we closed our bank account. So then when the moving company tried to put the check through, the check didn't go through because the account was closed. And why it ended up going to the bad check division? Because we had moved to Texas and they couldn't find us. So they sent it off to the prosecutor, and the prosecutor filed a charge on me for the bad check. So 2 years later, after we moved back from Texas, and I ended up crossing paths with a police officer one day who ran my shit. They're like, hey, you got a warrant for a check. I was like, the fuck I do. So anyway, long story short, they take me in on the warrant. I bond out. I go to court. I figure out what this fucking check is even all about. I was like, you got to be kidding me. So when I ended up going to court and pleading for the misdemeanor, that actually, okay, I was charged with a felony. I was, because it was $500. However, the judge dropped it to a misdemeanor when I took the plea deal because I wasn't out there writing bad checks and ripping people off. I was able to show that it was like literally an oversight. Both myself and the moving company were at fault. Me, I should have made sure all the checks went through. I mean, whatever. I fucked up, and I told the judge that. Like, it's totally my responsibility. I messed up. But I was able to show check was written on this day. They moved us on this day. I closed my account in Indiana on this day. They never tried to put the check through for the first time until 3 months later. It is what it is. So the judge is like, you know what? Misdemeanor, $1 fine, do better accounting. That was it. So yes, I'm a criminal. And honestly, why did I plead to it if it was a big fat fucking misunderstanding? Because I had a lot of fuck shit going on in my life during that time. And this was not in St. Joseph County. This was like 2 counties over. It was like an hour and a half out of town. It was in the dead of winter. I didn't have money for an attorney. I was just like, you know what? If you'll give me a fucking misdemeanor or $1 fine, I promise I'll never even set foot in your county again. How about that? All right. So Lisa Simpson says, doesn't matter. They won't believe you anyway. I mean, I get that, but you know what? Now, there you go. There's your big mystery story about the whole Sam has a fucking misdemeanor from 16 years ago that she got a $1 fine and it was expunged. Like, there you have it. Go flick your beans and, do whatever you need to do to get off on that one. All right. Hey, Yamano Zami, good to see you. Sam's a smooth criminal. That's right, I am. I'm such a criminal mastermind. Sam wears tracksuits like the Sopranos. Hey, Tweet T, nice to see you. I love black cats. Thank you so much. All right, moving on, shall we? Moving on. Let's move on. So where to even begin? Over the weekend, shit blew up over there on the Twitter. Just a little. That it was a criminal matter is odd. Yeah, well, Ethan, like I said, like, honestly, like, by the time it got to where the check was being bounced back because the account was closed, I mean, we were long gone. I don't know. Anyway, hey, hippieista. That's got to be the most boring misdemeanor I've ever heard. Dude, for real. And like, okay, so when I got arrested, it was in January, I believe, January of 2012. And when I tell you it was an absolute fucking blizzard, I mean, it was the most horrific winter conditions you could possibly imagine. And this was like really like, I told you, it was like 2 counties over. Like it was like an hour, maybe an hour and 15, 20 minutes or whatever on dry roads. Like in the middle of the day. And you're talking a freaking blizzard and a snowstorm. It was horrific. It was really traumatizing. But anyway, I mean, I knew it wasn't that big of a deal. Like it was whatever. So I was been holding with this girl. I'm telling you, I was telling you in the chat earlier, this girl I was holding with, she was in there for boosting. And she had like, oh my gosh, she had a long ass list of felonies. Anyway, it was a good time. She told us all about her criminal empire, and we were laughing and carrying on so hard in the holding cell that the guards had to threaten to split us up if we didn't pipe down. Anyway, let's see. Hold on. I saw a comment over there that I wanted to read, and now I can't find it over here. I've got my chat up in 2 different places. Oh, KN says, why are you talking about this stuff? The doxing is the actual issue. Okay, KN, what doxing? Let's just go ahead and jump right into it then. You're right. We've been here for 15 minutes, and I'm just now getting to the doxing. KN says, that doesn't excuse Sam doing the same thing. Don't be ridiculous. Okay, but what doxing? We're going to start there. So I'm being accused on Twitter and on, let's see, Owl's channel, Gigi's channel, Belinda's channel, Straight Talking Fedora Chick, I think, Peanut. Who else? Have I missed anybody? Owl. Did I get Owl? Hold on. Where was I? Here we go. Belinda, Gigi. Oh, Clara, Sarah Locklear. I'm sure Hussy's probably throwing his towel in the ring there. Owl, Peanut. Did I get everyone? Yo Mama. I don't really care about Foxy 8. Okay, so all of these channels are accusing me of, and I quote, doxing a customer who purchased my merch because, as they are saying, because, what are they saying? They stepped out of line. That's what they're saying, right? Sam doxed a customer who purchased her merch because the customer stepped out of line. So Sam used the information from their purchase in her merch store to dox them. That's what they're saying. Dance for Days. What do you mean? What did Sarah do? Have you been watching her streams? In fact, Dance for Days, I think I saw you in there. So I'm not really sure where the confusion is coming from. Ashley says, I heard Hussey defend the two of you this morning. Believe it or not, I don't believe that. But Ashley, I'm not calling you a liar, but I'll have to take your word for it. Okay, so. Oh, wait. Sam, can you answer everyone first about your 16 arrests? Litty bitty, I literally just covered that. I've been arrested one time for one charge. Oh, Beatrix says Foxy8 is deleting comments supporting me. That's interesting. Little bitty, I literally just addressed it. What more do you want? I've been arrested one time. So if there are 15 more arrests that you've heard of, I can't speak on them because I'm not aware of them. You're embarrassing, LOL. Are you embarrassed for me? Because I'm not embarrassed. If you're embarrassed for me, that's a you problem. Al is doing great. Sure she is. Yeah. I know. Hijab. I know. All right. Anyway. So that's what they're saying. They're saying that I doxed a customer who bought my merch because that customer got out of line. Your rap sheet says 16 arrests. Rap sheet is long. No? Okay. Little bitty. Would you like a link? Would you like to come up and you can share your screen? Why? No, don't delete them. Let's let them back. Okay. Would you like to take the link and come on panel and you can share your screen and show me the 16 arrests I'm not aware of? Yes, you should be embarrassed ranting on Twitter all weekend. All weekend? Yaba is a fat fish. Okay, anyway. So here's the truth, okay? Because I'm not going to spend the next 7 years chasing people around, correcting this false and damaging story that's being spread that I doxed a customer. First of all, I never doxed. It's Pink Lava is who they're talking about. Kitsch Breeder, I was never served for that court date, so I had no idea that there was a court date. So how can I skip on a court date I'm not aware of? Since you're familiar with that case, why don't you go over there to mycase.in.gov and go look at that case and see what address it is they have on file for me. My current address has been doxed on the farms and elsewhere. It's public now. So why don't you compare the two address where they served the notice for that most recent court date and where I live, and you tell me if they're the same. And then when you come to the conclusion that they're not, you tell me how the fuck I was supposed to know about a hearing in a county 5 hours away for which I was not notified. All right. We'll be waiting for you to come back right here in this chat after you've gone and got that information. All right. We'll pick up that where we left off. Okay. So Pink Lava, you have to keep your records updated. My records are updated. It's the court's records who are not updated. Okay. All right. So Pink Lava is the quote unquote customer who I supposedly doxed. Pink Lava. Do you guys know who Pink Lava is? I'll tell you. Pink Lava is a Kiwi farmer. Pink Lava is a Kiwi farmer. Okay. So Pink Lava, the Kiwi farmer, is who Belinda and Gigi and Sarah Locklear and Owl and Peanut and Yo Mama are saying that I doxed. They said that I doxed her. So the first question is, where and when did I dox Pink Lava? Because if I'm going to be accused of doxing anybody, I would like to see the docs. So I know Al was here earlier, but she got the boot. So Owl, next time you go live with my fucking name in your mouth, I would like for you to put on the screen where and when it is that I doxed Pink Lava. Did I dox Pink Lava? No. Did I write her name on Twitter And on a little graphic card that I had on my stream on Friday, her first name. Yes, I did. I will say that I didn't even spell it right. I misspelled her first name. Her first name. Okay. So on Twitter, I said Sama's first name. I own that. I admit that. I have no problem admitting it. If I had a problem admitting that I verified that Pink Lava's first name is Sama, I wouldn't have done it. Don't play dumb, KN. It sounds like you're the one playing dumb. KN, where can any of us find where I doxed Pink Lava? Oh my God. Okay. So Lady Gaga is very upset that I said Sama's name and that I posted her picture. Did I post her picture? If I did, I don't remember. But if I did, I'll take your word for it. Okay. So Lady Gaga. So I said her first name and I posted her picture. Mm-hmm. I just want to make sure that I'm understanding what exactly it is I'm being accused of. So, here's what happened. You pretty sure you retweeted her picture? Absolutely. Yeah. So, let me find my Twitter. Okay, so right. Yaba says, I got her docs from Onion Farms and retweeted her picture. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Why not? See, back on March 22nd, 2022, which was what, approximately 6 months after Yaba and her children moved into the apartment that we used to live in together, Yaba's our address was doxed on the farms, and it was a pretty thorough dox. Okay. It was, I mean, it wasn't just, here's where Yaba lives and an address and, like a map to it or whatever. It was pretty fucking thorough. And the farmer who did the docs described in detail how they pieced it all together. They even were so meticulous in that they linked clips from Yaba's live streams where she would say things like, talk about the construction around the apartment and talk about the fact that we had to drive our trash to the dumpster, and the dumpster in the apartment was near some woods, and the apartment had a pool. And she literally, and this is Pink Lava we're talking about, Pink Lava, the Kiwi farmer. Okay. What, does your Twitter matter anymore? You nuked it? And no, I didn't. My Twitter's still there in its entirety. What are you talking about? You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Escort wait Y and C7 out in here spreading lies. So Pink Lava on the farms, and I'm pulling it up because obviously we don't live there anymore. So you guys can see this is a dox, okay? Me saying Pink Lava's first name and showing her picture that we got from another site. We didn't even dig it up. We got it from another fucking site. That's not doxing somebody. This is a fucking dox. This is a dox. Here's Pink Lava, Sama. This is the quote unquote customer that everybody's saying that I used their merch order to dox them because they, quote, got out of line. This is her. This is Pink Lava, who poor Sam confirmed her first name as being Sama. Why is Al saying my Twitter's nuked? What is she talking about? My Twitter's there. It's there right now. Anywho, here's Pink Lava, March 22nd, 2022. I've been kind of holding off on posting this because Yaba was growing on me, but fuck it. Hater Nation knows no loyalties. A few weeks ago, Yaba mentioned driving her kids to school and how the school was 6 minutes away by car. Straight to the fucking kids and their school, Pink Lava? Okay. After some searching, I found an apartment building in a town a few miles from New Washington, Indiana, former address. That's 6 minutes by car to all the schools in the town. She also mentioned on one of the Cali streams that her apartment is surrounded by woods. Clip, clip. She talked about construction outside her apartment many times lately. This apartment complex has new construction across the street and also next to a wooded area. Spoiler, big exterior pics. Look at this. Exterior photographs. Look at that. Harmony Lane. Well, that's the road we lived on. Harmony Lane. Imagine opening Kiwi Farms on March 22nd, 2022 and seeing Pink Lava has not only doxed you, but put pictures of your street. And they figured it all out and pointed out that they figured out where the fuck you live because it's 6 minutes away from your kids' fucking schools. This is on the internet. This is on Kiwi fucking Farms. Matter of fact, one of these pictures, you can actually see one of our vehicles. Like, literally, one of our vehicles is in one of these pictures. When she mentioned the woods near her house, she was talking about driving her trash to the dumpster because animals were tearing open the bags. The dumpster at this complex is by the driveway and near the woods. More pictures. Apartment complex pool. The complex has a pool and the apartments have balconies, both of which she mentioned in her streams. Here are some interior comparison shots from the complex's virtual tour versus Yaba's Twitter pics. Look at that. Pictures from Yaba's Twitter of the inside of her apartment. Picture from the apartment website. And a matter of fact, here's a spoiler. This was our actual unit. This was our actual unit. The website for the apartment complex, the pictures they had on the website was our actual unit. Now you know. Another picture from Yaba's website or from Yaba's Twitter. Another picture from the apartment website. Another picture from Yaba's Twitter. Another picture from the website. Another from Twitter. I mean, look at this. Note the skinny cabinet above the microwave and in Yaba's photo. You barely see the top of the same black microwave, same island end counter, and the same door in the back of the kitchen. Adding to add, Yaba posted this picture in her kitchen. The cabinets in the background are the same. In the background, you can see the same mirrored closet in the bedroom. Last pic of the cats. Looks like the same tile in different lighting or the same tile in different shade, but the same trim and door molding. Next, we have cats on the floor. Notice the recessed ceiling in the corner of her picture matches with this shot. Tell me again how me confirming Pink Lava's first name being Sama is me fucking doxing her. This is a dox, okay? This is a dox. This is a dox. Not saying I happen to know for a fact that your first name is Sama, can confirm what the Onion Farm says your name is because your dumb ass, 2 years after you doxed us to hell and back on Kiwi Farms, you went and bought a fucking tumbler from me and were stupid enough to tell me you did. Pink Lava is unemployed and living with her parents' energy. Yes, Fruity Tootie. She's absolutely unemployed living with her parents' energy, isn't she? And then this right here where it says spoiler docs, I can't see it because I'm not signed in because I don't have a Kiwi Farm account. But it was the whole fucking shebang in here, all of it. Sham, can you clarify if you knew of the doxing before you made her a mod? People keep asking. Listen, this is the absolute fucking truth of it all. We knew about this dox. Obviously, we knew when it happened. And back in March of 2022, we were still very much operating on a don't even publicly acknowledge that you read the farms. Remember when that used to be the rule? You guys remember? When pretty much the unspoken, unwritten rule around here is that reactors, yeah, you read the Kiwi Farms, but you don't talk about reading the Kiwi Farms. Remember when there was an iron fucking curtain between the fucking Kiwi Farms and the reactors and the cows? And then they did their shit over there and we did our shit over here, and never the two shall meet. So yeah, we knew about the docs when it happened, and we did what the fuck you're supposed to do when it happens, and we fucking acted like it didn't happen. When people brought it up, we acted not bothered. Well, yeah, you know, like we didn't fucking harp on it. We braced ourselves. We thought for sure, you know, maybe we're going to start getting knocks on the door or something. And you know what? Thankfully, nothing crazy fucking happened. Thank God. But we were still doxxed on the farms. So, okay, now that was March of 2022. So you're talking that was 2 solid fucking years ago. And if you want to go back to what, late summer of last year, or around summer of last year, when for whatever reason the farmers started migrating over here and showing up in chats. And whose chat was it that they showed up in first, where they were welcomed and given wrenches? Where's the first place you guys saw farmers popping up? That's right. Over there in Belinda's. Belinda. Mm-hmm. And you guys know good and well from last year when that Tyrant's downfall shit went down. It was made clear across the board to the entire community that Belinda Feller over there had the backing of the farms. So yes, we backed down, even though that was some bullshit. Some absolute fucking bullshit. Teddy Pig says Belinda even announced her full support of Strawberry Douche. Of course. Thank you so much for gifting 5 Sam Tefler memberships. Marisol, Quickie, Chantel's French Lover Restraining Order, Jess Uncensored, and Casey, welcome. Tally said carpet eyebrows. Exactly. Take a look around and see exactly why it was we backed down the first time. Because this was exactly where that was headed. And we didn't want that for us. We didn't want that for y'all. Because what is this doing? It's literally annihilating the whole fucking community. Yeah, you got some motherfuckers over there who are banding together in common hate right now, but that's not going to last. Aunt Katie says, how did Belinda get the backing of the farms? I'll tell you how. Because the farms, and when I say the farms, in this instance, we're talking about 3 farmers. We're talking about 3 farmers and a wannabe farmer who's a YouTuber. We're talking about Strawberry Douche, Olive Oil, and Pink Lava. Those are the farmers. When we're saying farmers, that's who the fuck we're talking about. Olive Oil, Strawberry Douche, and Pink Lava, led by Strawberry Douche. She's the ringleader. And Olive Oil and Pink Lava are just her bitches. They're just her little wannabe bitches, and they'll do anything for a little Kiwi Farm clout and little pat on the head. Olive Oil fucked up when she got see Strawberry Douche sent olive oil into, I'm not going to say the dude's name, but it's a dude who is, whatever. He's online. I'll say that. Strawberry Douche sent olive oil into this dude's DMs basically to, stick her hand up his gaping asshole so he could be a puppet. And Olive Oil fumbled the ball. She fucked the whole game up and she ended up getting exposed, like voice recordings exposed for her professing her love to this. I don't know, whatever it was very embarrassing. And Strawberry Douche gave her a public tongue lashing over that. Yeah, that was pretty funny. So Pink Lava, she keeps her nose pretty clean though. She's a good little worker bee. So but yeah, so how did Belinda, let me digress. How did Belinda get the backing of the Kiwi Farms? Well, Strawberry Douche. She recognizes weak-minded, desperate bitches who can be used as pawns and puppets. And I mean, she saw that in Belinda. Who doesn't see that in Belinda? She's a useful idiot. Exactly. Belinda's desperate to make, some money on YouTube. She's desperate to be funny. She's desperate to be liked. She's desperate to be important. And she's willing to do literally anything. Just look at Belinda's days back there in the Negative Nation when she was so close to Ron personally offline that Ron's mom sent her a pair of earrings as a gift. Even then, Belinda was so fucking desperate to be accepted and to be liked and to be important and to be somebody that she was willing to join forces with Ron and his white supremacist friends to go after a Black woman and her trans boyfriend. Belinda would literally do anything to anybody for a little bit of clout and attention. And I love that for her. So yeah. We forgot. I mean, there's no other explanation for it. We 100% forgot that Pink Lava is the one who doxed us and exposed where our kids went to school back in March of 2022. Fruity Tootie is in the chat right now. Fruity Tootie on Saturday is the one who reminded all of us that it was Pink Lava of all fucking people who doxed us back in March of 2022. And then it was Pink Lava herself on YouTube and on the farms, who's been going around the last several days bragging that not only did she have our docs from March of 2022 and she put it on the farms, but she's going around bragging that she also had our docs for this house that we live in now. She's like, Strawberry Douche and Olive Oil can vouch for the fact that I had your docs at that house too, but I didn't release it. Okay, but you still got our information. You still figured out where the fuck it is we lived after we moved. And at minimum, you discussed with Olive Oil and Strawberry Douche whether or not you should release our docs for a second time in as many years. It's me, Marisol. Belinda's saying she just learned at 50 what racism is. Sounds like a racist convention over there. Exactly. Thank you for the super chat and the support. Okay, so we've got Pink Lava who used, just even the tiniest little morsels of information about where we could possibly live. We live by woods. It's an apartment. There's construction. The kids' schools are 6 minutes away. The trash dumpster is by the woods. that much time, looked up the apartment complex, took screenshots, got screenshots from Yaba's Twitter, compared pictures, comparing cabinets and microwaves and recessed ceilings, and put it all over the fucking internet. And look, this is where they live and this is where their kids go to school. 2 years later, she figures out where we live again. You're going to tell me that she didn't share that information with Strawberry Douche, Olive Oil, other people? No? Okay, well, whatever. But you're going to tell me, though, that all of that's fine. And it's fine. And the reason why we know that Belinda and Gigi and Clara and Sarah Locklear and Husty and Owl and Peanut and Yo Mama, the reason we know that they're okay with that and that's all totally fine is because they're still supporting that shit. Pink Lava still has a wrench in your chat, doesn't she, Belinda? Where else does she have a wrench? Where else is she being entertained in the chat? Where else is she being told that people are so sorry that this has happened to her? That what has happened? That I confirmed that the first name that somebody else doxed on her was the right name? That's not a dox. Somebody else doxed you. Matter of fact, isn't it the farmers themselves who are saying, you dummy, that's not the Onion Farms dox, that was the bodega? Okay, so the bodega doxed y'all last fucking year. All I did was confirm the fact that the first name on the docs over there somewhere else that somebody else did is correct. Oh, but it's because she bought merch from you. And I mean, that's her who's incredibly stupid to have doxed the ever loving shit out of us and then go on to buy a tumbler from me. And then tell me that you bought a tumbler from me. Something tells me Pink Lava also forgot that she's the one who fucking doxed us to hell and back, including our kids' school back in 2022. Kitty Kate says, that's the problem. That's the problem. She bought a tumbler from you and you used the information on her order to confirm that that is her. So fucking what? Guess what, Kitty Kate? If you bought a tumbler from me and I find out that you're the one who fucking doxed me and my woman and our kids to hell and back 2 years ago, guess what I'm going to go do? I'm going to go find your fucking order and I'm going to tell everybody your first name's Kate. How about this? You don't want me to tell people that I know your first name is Kate because you bought a tumbler from me? Don't fucking dox us. How about that? Don't release my fucking DMs. How about that? No. As a business owner, you're required by law. Fuck you, Kitty Kate. I'm not a business owner. I'm a crafter. Fedora and Belinda dropped Pink Lava's link in chat and even said it was Sama. This was a few weeks ago. That's how you heard it, Beatrix? Wow. So wait, Fedora and Belinda, if you also dropped Pink Lava's link and said that her name was Sama, then you've done exactly what I've done. So I guess, what, are we all dirty doxers? I don't know. Yeah, with a fucking cricket. Maggie Flowers, just want to send love, bought merch and never felt worried about my info. Thank you so much for saying that. And thank you for the super chat. So anybody, Owl, Belinda, Gigi, Sarah, Peanut, the next time you fucking accuse me of doxing Pink Lava, the doxing Kiwi farmer, you better put on your fucking screen where the fuck I doxed that bitch. Show my dox. Show me doxing her. Exactly. 7 fucking years we've been here. Here's a you wanna know a little secret? I'll tell you a secret. Remember Olap? Where'd Olap go? Wasn't Olap like the first casualty, the first public casualty? Hmm? Didn't we tell Olap to get the fuck out of here because she was over there fraternizing with the motherfuckers who were trying to take us down? Olap knows good and well that we know who she is. We were close with Olap. Yes, we know who Olap is. Do you see Olap's information being shared? Do you see me telling you what Olap's first name is? Hmm? Do you see me handing Olap's full docs over to that crazy doll lady who's been trying to call the police on her? No. Because Olap's never doxed us. Not once, not twice. Never. Olap's not done shit to us. Other than she played on the wrong side of the fence, and well, that's a hard line in the sand, okay? But for some reason, me saying that I happen to know the first name on your docs is real because your dumb fucking ass bought a tumbler from me and told me you did after you doxed us, that's a whole problem. That equates into Sam doxes customers who buy her merch. And not just Sam. You guys are trying to put that off on Yaba too. Pink Lava didn't buy merch from Yaba. She bought merch from me. Yaba's not the one who said Pink Lava's name is confirmed to be what the Onion Farms says it is. That was me. Which tumbler did she get? She got Saint Clarahondra, patron saint of degenerate losers, the one who she then demanded that Clara thank her for the DM dump. That's the tumbler she bought. The Saint Clarahondra, the patron saint of losers or degenerate losers. Mm-hmm. And it's fine. Like, I get it. Everybody knows, that there's the simple-minded majority, and then there's the rest of us, right, guys? I realize that the simple-minded majority, it does not matter what I say. It does not matter that this quote unquote customer they're referring to is a doxing Kiwi farmer who doxed us. It doesn't matter that I did not dox the doxing Kiwi farmer that doxed us. All I did was say confirm that her first name is what the Onion Farm said it was. None of that matters to the simple-minded majority. They're going to say it was wrong no matter what. It was wrong no matter what. Doesn't matter that she was a Kiwi farmer. It does not matter that she doxed you, not once, but twice by her own admission. Doesn't matter. It does not matter that you didn't actually dox her, that all you did was confirm that her first name is Sama. Does not matter. Does not matter. What matters is she bought a tumbler from you. And you said her first name. Okay, fine. That's fine. If that's how the simple-minded majority insists on seeing it, and that's it, it's black and white, there's no two ways about it, fine. That's okay if that's how the simple-minded majority sees it. I am not going to chase motherfuckers around for the next 7 years correcting them. I'm not going to do it. You will listen. Anybody who would at any time dox me or Yaba, I mean, I guess that's the risk you take then. If you buy merch from us and then either knowing that you have doxed us in the past or knowing that at any point in the future you might dox us, just know that if you fucking dox us and I know your fucking information, I'm gonna fucking give it right back to you. Now, here's the thing, okay? Guess what? The full docs over there on Onion Farms for Samma's not right. It's not. They have her name right. They have her name right, and they have one of her email addresses right. The rest of it ain't right. Did you see me put that out there? Did you see me say the address on the docs on Onion Farms is this, but this is what I got off of her order information? No. Nope. I confirmed her first name. Exactly, Aunt Katie. Honestly, she should probably be happy you stopped at just the first name. She should be, because let me tell you something. I always thought Pink Lava was not stateside. I thought she was in another country. I did. Imagine my surprise when I learned that Pink Lava, doxer of me and my family, and you know, doxer, pumpkin eater. Imagine my shock and surprise when I find out that she lives in the United States, that she's on US soil. Can Pink Lava admit this is because she wants Yaba? That's funny. DG says, "Can anyone tell me what Onion Farms is?" I'm sorry, I don't know. DG, I don't even know what Onion Farms is. I guess it's like an alternative to Kiwi Farms. They intertwine in some way or another. I think it's like the Onion Farms is like the arch nemesis of the Kiwi Farms. I don't know. But it's a site where they do like doxing and stuff like that. No Fear says, "Damage control, right, Samantha?" Ah, hold on one. Look at Teddy Pig in the chat. Onion farm link, please. Why don't you Google onion farms? Find it the same way we did. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. I have to pee. It is what it is. Okay, I'm back. Holy shit. Onion Farms is the gay for pay bodega. I don't know. I have no idea who or what the Onion Farms is. All I know is there's a site called the Onion Farms. They've got all these farmers' doxes over there. Strawberry Douche is doxed over there. Olive Oil is doxed. Pink Lava is doxed. Who else is doxed over there? And it's funny though, because these Kiwi farmers, especially these three, and isn't it funny? Remember I told you guys the little trifecta that I'm talking about as far as their little infiltration of the Hater Nation YouTube channels over here, that it's the same three. It's Strawberry Douche, Olive Oil, and Pink Lava. Well, those are the three that are doxed over there. And they were doxed like last year. Like it's been a while since that dox got put up there. Well, they've been screeching and hollering, fail docs, fail docs, fail docs, want everyone to believe that these are fail doxes, that the doxes over there on the Kiwi farms are not them. But if Pink Lava's docs is right, dead fucking on right, I mean, I think that the address that's on there was her address, but that she moved. But anyway, it's her. It's her. Like, they got you. They nailed you. Pink Lava, that's you. You know that's you. But they've been spending the last, like, however many months it is since them doxes came out, swearing up and down, fail docs, fail docs, fail docs. Okay, but if Pink Lava's docs is right, which it is, then what are the chances that Strawberry Douche's docs is also right? Pretty fucking high, right, Aaliyah Alexander? What are the chances Olive Oil's docs is right? Pretty fucking good, wouldn't you say, Olive Oil? I don't even know what the fuck Olive Oil's name is, nor do I care. She's so low on my list of concerns. Very good. Sensitive info might be protected under federal law. Info that isn't readily available to the public. A first name is not sensitive information. Idiots. Thank you for the super chat. Doxers getting doxed, crying about it like bitches. Mm-hmm. Well, the farmers, the Kiwi farmers, especially these three, they need you to believe that those are failed doxes, especially Strawberry Douche and Pink Lava, because those two bitches are in the United States. They are on U.S. soil. They are just as vulnerable to being held accountable for the fuck shit that they do and say online as anybody else. So they need for you to believe that those doxes are failed doxes, and they're not. They're dead fucking on. Does she, Beatrix? Of course she does. Why am I not surprised that Sarah Locklear flies the Confederate flag? Is that the real Witty Widow? Probably. That would be like if someone came up to me at work and said, "Hey, Persephone," and I cried, someone doxed me. Like, my name is not sensitive information. A map to my house and kids' school is, though. Exactly. Is this post a dox if it's a collection of things set on a live stream cross-referenced with the listing pics? Yeah. That's a fucking dox. The people clutching their pearls are going to be devastated when they learn that tons of major companies buy and sell your personal information on the regular. Mhm. Exactly. Belinda calls us trash, but look at her chat. Who's even taking her serious? They just want to be safe from the Kiwi farms. Mm. I thought I saw you over there dance for days. I thought I saw you. You were on my list of people I saw over there while we were being trashed. Hmm. Hi, After Taco. Why does trouble always follow her and Yaba? Always. What's the same denominator? I mean, what trouble exactly are you referring to, Trish? Hold on. Oh, there we go. There's a list because once this is over and people want to come back, it'll never happen. Never fucking happen. Yeah. There's a hard line in the sand. And if you, I mean, everyone can make their own decision, make your choices, go right ahead. But when the dust settles and you guys realize that you're over there supporting a fucking doxer, uh, can you see your mama in the chat? Nikki P, no. If you can see your mama in the chat, escort him out. Myrna's going to have to go too. We don't use the term mammy when speaking to Black men in our chat. So escort Myrna out as well, please. Sorry, but we're not doing that. Nikki, can you see him? Mm-mm-mm. You got to go. We're not doing that. Ashley Eden, thank you so much for joining memberships. We love our renegades. Oh, Rage Mukbang, you're going to blame Yaba? Nice. Nice. Why is Jessica Meska sniping? I mean, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? Listen, it's no secret why the Kiwi Farm trifecta over there and their little puppet Belinda targeted Sam and Yaba. I mean, come on. Yeah. Oh, okay. Jessica Messica says, Kimberlina, Sam said she doesn't mind and she wants all eyes on her. I'm just trying to understand what's going on. That's right. Jessica Messica, do you have any questions we can help clear up for you or your chat? I'd be happy to do that. Yes, exactly. Remember the jealousy comments over and over and over. The night that Belinda did the interview with Zeeth, if you go to the Farms Hater Nation thread, the night of the Zeeth interview, I was asleep in my bed, had no idea an interview was even going on. And the Farms is over there already putting it out there that Sam was going to be raging with jealousy over Belinda's interview with Zeeth. The next day, I go live, still don't give a fuck, still have not watched the interview. I've already done my 2 interviews with Zeeth. I already got my 2 streams out of it. I already made my coin. I already got my content. I asked all the questions I wanted to ask. Here comes Belinda's little friends in my chat. Oh, you're so jealous of Belinda. Yeah, totally jealous. And that was it. That was it. And then what happened? Belinda's little friends on Twitter to Yaba. I can't believe you did this to Belinda after everything she did for you with that fundraiser. Lord have mercy. And nobody gave a fuck that Belinda held these fundraisers without even asking us, not even being cool with us like that. And then didn't even bother to follow through and just, put the super chats in her pocket. Like, who does that? And it's not like it was even a fundraiser because so and so has cancer, or a fundraiser because so and so had, brain surgery and had complications after their brain surgery and was in the ICU for 43 days or whatever. No, no, no. It was the death of her children's father. And still. Unreal. I pointed out Belinda's history and was told 2 wrongs don't make a right. Sorry, you go for mine, and I'm going scorched earth. That's right, goofy, dumb, goofy hoe bitch. By the way, I also know who goofy, dumb, goofy hoe bitch is. Love you so much, girl. Do you feel safe? Goofy, dumb, goofy hoe bitch. Thank you so much for gifting memberships. Rachel, thank you for joining memberships. We love our basic Betties. Who supports Belinda? The former Negative Nation. Emotional Support Muffin, thank you so much for gifting 5 Sam Tefler memberships. Welcome all new members. Oh, look at that. Hey, Julia. Yeah, hot Discord rejects. Who did she pay? I don't even see hot Discord rejects. They must have me blocked. Okay, I don't understand. Why would other YouTube creators come into my chat but block me so I can't see them? I don't get it. I don't get it. It's so confusing. Lindsay says, my name is Lindsay, in case you didn't know. The fundraiser was to I can't read that. I can't even see AK, so I just have to take your words for it. Oh, she's not chatting. She was just gifted him. I didn't see that neither. Weird. Hey, Witty Widow. Can somebody gift Witty Widow a membership? Yeah, AK, we possibly have business. It's business. It's politics. Lajas do be wonky. Thank you so much for gifting 5 Sam Tefler memberships. Oh, I guess it's sham memberships. Belinda, if you want more people to watch you, try being funny and providing content. Reading Kiwi Farms post you found funny is not content, you sad clown. No shit. Is that what she's doing over there now? Is she resorting to having to try to react to Chantel, who, by the way, she knows fuck all about? So that should be interesting and entertaining. So that's your content now, Belinda? Reading the Kiwi Farms and trying to react to Chantel? That's funny. Spicy Senorita, thank you so much for being a member for 5 months. We love our Rick's Renegades. Do you think this will affect your business in the future? It's already affected my business. Mhm. Gigi's content is playing pig noises and calling us all fat and stupid. Yeah, he's got nerve. Fucking weirdo. That's right, Long Island's finest. Yaba and Sam have been in this game for 7 years. Their followers are not going anywhere. Trust and believe people will be back. So what? I don't remember what comment section it was. It was somebody's comment section, and there's someone in the comments who said something like anyone who counts Sam or Yaba out is dead ass wrong. Oh, hold on, I have a phone call. I need to answer. Oh, they hung up. I keep getting these phone numbers from or these phone calls and it says unavailable. And when I answer, they hang up. So funny. My phone call? Oh. Gigi, who blissfully believed Yaba would say that vile shit in his chat. And said to his chat, yes, it's her, without affirming that first. Link Webster, did he? Oh, but he wants all of the credit and ass pats for going back, 2-3 days later after Ron exposed himself for being signed into a Yaba troll account. Oh, it gets you wasn't her, guys. It gets you wasn't her. Yeah. Okay. Pat on the back, Gigi. Hey, listen. I'm telling you right now, Gigi is a big fat fucking liar. These investigations, these law enforcement investigations. Remember, he said he filed police reports last year and there's an open investigation and that the FBI is on the case and that he's emailing with an FBI agent and that, Tragic and Ron should be very, 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 very worried because he's working with the FBI. What if I were to tell you it's all a big fat fucking lie? That the only truth to any of that is that Gigi did in fact file 2 police reports last year, but that is where the truth ends and the lies begin. Mhm. Oh, Lisa Simpson, I'm dead serious. Isn't that right, Cliffy? Isn't it right? You're a big fat fucking liar. Let's see. I was going to save this. I've changed my mind. Where's my notes? If AK is in the chat, she might want to pay particular attention to this because this is just a little bit of what I know. I know a lot more. Oh, should I wait? You're right. You're right. I should wait. I have it right here, though. If you're interested, AK. Tragic. I hear you guys have something we want, and I'm letting you know I have something you want. Skullface says, I heard he's joining forces with Hussey to take that AK person to court. That's interesting. Teddy Pig says, as a gay guy, I even find Gigi a sleaze. Teddy Pig, I had no idea you were a gay man. I thought you were a woman. I swear to God, Teddy Pig, I thought you were a woman. Your girlfriend is unapologetically Val? Okay, I think I'm thinking of a different Val. I brought up Zachary Michael because I think Gigi has beef with him. Oh. Teddy I thought Teddy Pig was a woman. Oh my gosh. I don't know, babe. What do you think? Do you think we should just briefly give a give the Cliff's notes on the you do know that Val. Yeah, I know that Val. But that's not the Val I was thinking of when I first read it. You work with people who threatened your kids and you think that's okay? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. The moment Oh, there's unapologetically Val. Good to see you. When did y'all become a couple? When did that happen? Did I miss that? Did we miss that? Or are you just breaking the news here live on my live? That's wonderful. Oh, well, I don't know, Miss Eddie. See, according to Tragic and AK, they have proof that it wasn't them. So, yeah, I'm absolutely open to anybody who says that they have proof that that wasn't them. Absolutely. Somebody by the name of Outspoken in the chat says, "Why was my other account blocked? I have info for you, Sam and Yama. Fuck around and find out, DC Media Girl." Well, whoever you are, I can tell you one thing for sure. Outspoken has not been proven to be anybody, despite what Gigi says. Anyway, whoever you are, go ahead and DM me. Let me know what you have. Sure, why not? When have you believed their proof? I don't know whether I will believe their proof or not until I see it, Miss Edie. I have no idea until I see it for myself. And that's all I'm asking is to see it for myself. Okay, anyway, yeah, so I hear that there's been some chatter. Wait, they can give receipts, but we can't collect them? Yeah, okay. No, absolutely. Oh my God, you're such a hypocrite. Only until it serves you, you decide to not believe it. I mean, okay, listen, Miss Edie. Let me ask you a question. If CPS was called on you and sent to your home and somebody said, "Hey, I have information for you to let you know who made that false CPS report on you," what would you do? Hmm? Rach Marie, I have no idea. I don't know who Queen Heather is. Who's the one with the unfortunate looking kids? Rachel K. Belinda. Belinda's the one with the unfortunate looking kids. I've seen. I've seen it for myself. Homely. Okay. Let's just say Belinda's kids look just, well, one of Belinda's daughters looks just like her. The other one looks like some hills have eyes. I don't even know. I have no idea who that is, Rich Marie. Mm, mm, mm. The bodega has hurt a lot of support group members, not just both of you. Okay, well, what do you want? What do you want to do about that? Hurt them how? Where? What have they done? Not important right now. Here they come saying Sam calls people's kids ugly. LOL. Stop having ugly kids and it won't happen. Oh yeah. Okay. So FOD. I'm hearing FOD being talked about around about. So here's the truth about this FOD person. Okay, FOD was back in the OGDC. FOD was a woman, a married woman, married to a man. She had one child. FOD was catfishing. Hey, diabetic sugar baby, good to see you. So FOD was catfishing Randy online. Randy as in OGDC Randy. If you know, you know. It doesn't matter. Randy's from the OGDC. Okay. So FOD was catfishing Randy and telling Randy that she was a man. She was catfishing as a man, not a trans man. Let's be very clear. She was forming a relationship online with Randy, and she 100% led Randy to believe that she was a dude, a man. The profile picture was a man. She never approached Randy and said, I am a trans man. Nothing. Randy believed she was talking to a man. It wasn't until FOD was exposed for catfishing Randy. It wasn't Randy? Who was it? It wasn't Randy, but we can go with it. Who was she catfish? Well, no, she just in general. But I mean, Randy was the one that she was in the relationship with that like exposed her to the DC. But yes, FOD was LARPing elsewhere and even broader online as a woman. That's true. As a man. That's true. Both things are true. Both things are true. It wasn't just Randy. Randy is married, but Randy thought FOD was a dude. And FOD catfished many ladies as a man. So anyway, I digress. Whatever. I mean, it's been 4 years and I wasn't involved in that. Yeah, full on drama was catfishing like a motherfucker. West Virginia Jewel says it was Randy. There's a lot of people in the chat saying it was Randy. I think you're just taking what I said the wrong way. So anyway, okay. So, and I think this was this before she got involved with Randy or after? I don't know, but I can tell you it was right like when COVID happened, right? And I was doing my thing on my channel. I was live all the time. And all of a sudden, this FOD person who I had never heard of, didn't know the first thing about FOD, shows up in my chat one day. And they like kick the door in, like demanding that I give them attention, like say hi to me, literally. Oh, not OGDC, the Krama community. Big Mama, you're right. You're right. Okay, let me rephrase. This happened in my OGDC days. It was the very tail end of the OGDC, but she did come from the Krama community. You are correct. You are correct. Okay. Olaf is not Emily Hatman's boyfriend. Mandy, get the fuck out of my chat, you freaking weirdo. Jesus. Anyway. Okay, so yeah, it was more Krama. So anyway, so one day, I'm doing my live stream and this FOD person comes kicking in my door, literally demanding my attention. And I'm like, I don't know who you are. And that's not how we do things over here. And I kicked her out. Well, she just kept coming back and kept coming back and kept coming back. I mean, she had like 50 fucking YouTube accounts. FOD was Krama and kicked the door into the DC, demanding everyone pay attention to them. Always had to start shit. Exactly. They were a menace. Yes. So Crazy Blonde Bitch, so she had a crush on me. She did. She started like emailing me and just really, I mean, saying extremely inappropriate sexual things. And not even in my chat because I blocked her from my chat. She was going elsewhere. She was going on Twitter. She was going on other people's chat. She was emailing me and shit. I mean, would not stop. And this started before me and Yaba started dating. Okay. So then me and Yaba start dating and she doesn't stop. So finally one night, we end up on a phone call with FOD, me and Yaba and Randy. Because we're trying to like, I mean, this woman's nuts. She is full on nuts, is what she was. Yes, P-Day. She wouldn't fucking stop. So we were like, okay, look, Randy. Because Randy was like really close with Yaba, you know? And she's close with this FOD person. So we were like, Randy, you got to do something about your fucking freaky friend. Like every time Sam goes online, fucking FOD is literally sexually harassing me, would not fucking leave me alone. So we get on this phone call with FOD. Well, okay, let me digress. It was Randy and Yaba on the phone call. She didn't know I was on the phone call at first. And yes, I don't give a fuck. I was recording it. So I played the recording. So Yaba, I don't even remember. Yaba was asking her questions like, you know, have you always, how did you word it? I don't even remember. I think you asked her, like, have you always pretended to be a man when you're trying to like meet women online, or like what is it or whatever. Anyway, long story short, when FOD got exposed for catfishing as a man, that is when she started going around saying that she was trans. That's when her using the trans community as a fucking shield when she got exposed for catfishing as a man. Oh, no, I'm trans. No, she wasn't. And so, I mean, what's worse? Catfishing as a fucking man, making women online believe you're a man, deceiving them, gaining their trust, making them, you know, trust in you and confide in you, thinking they're talking to a man. And then when you get caught and busted, you fucking throw the trans community up as a shield. Oh, you can't say shit to me. I'm trans. No, she wasn't. She wasn't trans then. She wasn't trans now. She's never been trans. But there are motherfuckers out there who twisted that whole thing into Sam and Yaba exposed or outed FOD for being trans. Exactly. We exposed it. Get the story straight, bitch ass fucks. Mm-hmm. Yes, FOD was a woman pretending to be a man, and then she used the trans community as a shield when she got busted catfishing as a man. I still have that call. I played it. You guys should hear that shit. That bitch is certifiably crazy. And I hate that I've even like spoken her name because I guarantee you that bitch is going to start popping up doing videos again. FOD is as stable as a two-legged table. Exactly, Stabby McStab-a-lot. Exactly. Someone's got to out the psychos. Yep. Hey, Camby. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Hippie Peace. Glad you're back. That's right. My kids might be criminals, but at least they're not ugly. My daughters might be strippers, but at least they're not fucking fat and homely. Right, Belinda? You got some fucking critters over there. Can't relate. Don't fence me in. I'm quite sure. I'm quite sure. Oh, Ruthless Roshi says she came back for a moment last year and then she made the choice to leave her channel behind. Not shocked. Mr. Peanut Butter, you're very hangry. Would you like a spoonful of my magic peanut butter? I'll keep you full for hours. It's a great source of oh, I was reading that. That sounded like a peanut butter commercial. Hard on the eyes, we call it. Yeah, definitely not easy to look at. And I got one word for your whole fucking family, Belinda. Blend. Blend. Belinda's Funkle Babies. Why are we talking about loser ass FOD hippie piece? Because those people over there on Belinda's side of the table over there, they're shopping that bullshit story that Sam and Yaba outed a trans person around again. No, the fuck we didn't. Let us find out you're with Belinda after calling her kids ugly. LOL. Thank you for the super chat. Mr. Peanut Butter, go pay Al to shake her non-existent ass. The family tree is a wreath. Hijab cheese. Are you talking about Belinda's family tree? It's so funny that you should say that because it is. Foxy Fox, Sam, can you openly and honestly discuss your rap sheet on Kiwi Farms? Well, Foxy Fox, I don't have a rap sheet. If you're talking about the lengthy civil financial court history that can be found on the Indiana Open website, we can go over that, sure. But I don't have a rap sheet, Foxy Fox. So if you would clarify exactly what it is you're talking about, that would be helpful. Family tree with no branches. Teddy Pig sisters are some of my best friends. Mm-hmm. How long before they pushing the little mama narrative? Good Lord. Thanks for the super chat, babe. Why are you super chatting me and not cash apping me? Anyway, also, just of note, make sure you keep an eye on the clock, babe. Timbalina says, I carry my felons with pride. I'm from the hood, yo. You can pull it up. I can't. No, Foxy Fox, I can't pull up my rap sheet because I don't have one. Would you like to go over my civil court cases? We can do that. If you want to look at my civil court case history in the state of Indiana, Foxy Fox, we can look at that. If you want to look at my rap sheet, you're going to have to show me where I can find it. Yes, Teddy Pig, I am poor. Okay, well, where, Foxy Fox? If it's there, that means you've seen it. So why don't you tell us what's on it? Okay, Foxy Fox, again. So if it's there and you've seen it, why don't you tell us what's on it? I mean, look, I'm here. We're here. We're not going anywhere. Foxy Fox, so if you need to exit the chat and go to the Kiwi Farms and pull it up and then come back and tell us what's on it, we'll be here for you. We'll be here when you get back. Real question, please don't kill me. How did Pink Lava's picture photo get confirmed as her? Because people don't send in pictures with merch orders. I didn't confirm her photo as being her. I confirmed her name, her first name. Bitch, we was there. Why would we pay for that? Pay for what? You got the perfect voice for YouTube. Thank you. You either love it or hate it. Foxy, would you like to come on panel? Yes, I can't type that fast to explain. You can do it easily. Okay, forget it then. How about the civil suits? Well, I'm going to need you to admit that this criminal rap sheet that you're referring to, you either need to admit that it doesn't exist or you need to tell me where I can find it. And you don't drop the link. Okay. Why don't you come on panel? And you don't have to type. You don't even have to cam up. How do you like that? You don't even have to cam up. You can keep your camera off. Cover it with your little fat finger. All you got to do is click on the little link and I'll let you in. I don't know what Kiwi Farms archived means. I don't know what that means. Are you coming or not? Jessica Mesca says, pin it up, bitch. Click the link, big girl. Hold on. Here we go. Can you go there and find it? No, Foxy Fox. I'm not. What am I looking for? How am I? Listen, Foxy Fox. I'll talk slower for you. Okay. Foxy Fox. I'm telling you, I do not have a rap sheet. You're telling me my rap sheet's on the Kiwi Farms. If I'm telling you I don't have a rap sheet, how the fuck am I supposed to go to Kiwi Farms and find something that I'm telling you doesn't exist? And who would know better as to whether or not I have a rap sheet than me? So you're the one saying that Kiwi Farms has archived my rap sheet, which means you have seen it with your eyes. So you need to come tell me where the fuck I'm going to find that. Are you coming or not? We don't have all day. What is that? What is rocking on my desk and making noise? No, I'm not Gigi. I don't come on. Okay, did they make it up and lie? I want you to debunk it. To debunk what? That I have a rap sheet? Here we go, Foxy Fox. I'm going to help you out here. Do you have a pen and paper? I'll wait. Foxy Fox, do you have a pen and paper? It's a yes or no. Come on now. Debunk something that doesn't exist. Foxy Fox, do you have a pen and paper? There's the link if you want to come on panel since typing has become hard for you. I hear you, baby. She's pooping right now. Foxy, are you looking for a pen and paper? Is that what's taking so long? This has been so disappointing. Threatening to dox innocent people just for the off chance that they're farmers. People talk shit. Who cares? What do you mean? Foxy Fox, I'm telling you. What do you mean? How am I going to debunk? Debunk what? What are you talking about? Send Foxy a pen. I'll send you a pen and a notebook. How's that? It's there, is it? Are you talking about the mycase.in.gov, the Indiana court website? Is that what you're talking about? Because you come in here asking me to address this rap sheet, and I'm telling you there is no rap sheet. So how am I going to address it? If you're talking about a civil history, a history of civil suits in the Indiana courts, we can talk about that. But you refuse. I mean, you're just being argumentative at this point. Very good. Civil litigation is not a rap sheet. That's right. Thank you for the super chat. Okay, I'll explain again. It's an entire rap sheet. There is. Okay, Foxy Fox, what page, what thread, and what page on the farms? Do you know that? Because if you can't even tell us what thread and what page said rap sheet can be found in on the farms, then I'm going to have to call you a dirty, rotten liar. Yes, everyone here must prove to me that they were not a guard at Auschwitz. Do, 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 do. She tells French lovers restraining order. Al going live to ask why she's being talked about. Seriously, Al? Al's such an idiot. Al was in my chat before I got started. She got escorted out by my woman. Yeah, we're gonna be mad that I doxed her bathroom habits. Probably not. I can't believe you're giving them this much of your time. I honestly, today, I have nothing better to do. I thought farmers came with receipts. Shameful. Thank you for the super chat, Towley. Why does she need to find your rap sheet? You should know what you did. Oh my God. See what I mean, guys? There's the simple-minded majority, and then there's us. Couldn't even provide a page number. I know what you did last summer. No. Who said owl is Olaf? Yeah. Foxy's Belinda. No, Foxy was not giving off inbred vibes. I don't think that was Belinda. But it is highly suspicious that they would not take the link. Did she find it, Jen? I guess not. Oh my gosh, Jen, so sorry. So sorry. I apparently by the new community standards set forth by Belinda, Gigi, Owl, and their 3 Kiwi farm friends, Strawberry Douche, Olive Oil, and Pink Lava, Bet Not Broken, I have apparently just doxed you because I said your first name. Delta Dawn says Foxy is FOD. That is not FOD. That is not what she sounds like. That's a different Foxy Discarded Roses, I'm pretty sure. Hey, Maggie Liz. Exactly, Impervious Cat. Owl, Gigi, Peanut, Belinda all need to kiss my fat white ass for giving them something to talk about. That's right. You're welcome. The burden of proof is on the accuser, Sam. That's right. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, look, there's Foxy Fox. Sam, lie and deny. It's okay. You don't have to face it. I'm not a creator. I don't care who the fuck you are. Why are you going to have to come back tomorrow with it, Foxy Fox? Why did you come in here unprepared? Who the fuck are you kicking in my door in the middle of my live stream? 895 people here. And you kick the door in and you come in completely unprepared. You come to kicking my door in, questioning me about my fucking rap sheet, and you don't even have a fucking page number. Oh, you're working? Then maybe you should get back to work. Punch the clock, bitch. Can't relate. Get back to work. Goodbye. I'll be damned if some ex-Negs fan tells me what's right and wrong in this community. No shit. Okay, Red Queen says post 26,916. I don't know how to search by post number. Just give me a thread and a page. A thread and a page. Not kicking in. Is this how you talk down to your kids, Granny? No wonder they're fucked up. Foxy Fox, don't you have some fries to drop? Be gone. Thank you, Nikki. Honey West, I can call you Denise. I'll try to remember. Red Queen. Okay, what thread? Red Queen. What thread? Under the spoiler state of India. I need to know what thread. Hater Nation. Okay, wait. Hater Nation, page 1346. Okay, hold on. One, three, four, six. Delta Dawn. I will call you Dawn. That one I can remember. Won't make your kids cute talking about ours. It won't make your kids any less ugly, Belinda. Yeah, can't relate. Okay, 1346. Okay. Wait, what was the post number? I want to make sure I go to the correct one. Hold on. Hold on, guys. 26,916. 26,916. Okay, here we go. By Often Puzzled. All right. Boy, oh God, we can't read this. I mean, this is what you wanted me to go to, so this is what we're going to go to, but it's going to be really hard to read. 26,907. Well, it's kind of all over this page. It's fine. I found it. Foxy, are you here? Or do you want to wait for another time when you're not on the clock? Are you able to give us your full undivided attention, Foxy? Or do you want to let us know what time your break is? I just want to make sure that Foxy has the time to pay attention since they're at work and all. I mean, I'm happy to schedule this another time. Foxy, are you still here? Here, I'll be on camera. How's that? What good deed? Raising money for ass pats? Yeah. Is she busy making the Big Mac sauce? Okay, we can wait. You know what? I'm not going to do this from the farms. Actually, now that I see that you're referring to the mycase.in.gov website, I'll just go ahead and go directly to that website. That way we can actually see. How's that? And also then there will be no question of whether or not the record is accurate, altered, anything like that. So we'll just do that. Now I see that they've searched using my former married name. So that's what I will pull up here. Hold on a second. Okay. Oh, you escorted Foxy out when they brought up my grandkids? Oh, well, that's okay. I don't need to search by case number. It's all right here, Red Queen. We didn't take any money from Belinda. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh my gosh, hold on a second. I'm freezing. I got to turn my fan off and then we'll go over it. How's that? Now, off. Do I want it off? I'll put it on low. Okay. Now, for some of you, this is not going to be very interesting because we've been over all of this before. For a lot of you, this is going to be a repeat. Hold on. Oh, Belinda's not broke. Belinda lives in her new husband's deceased parents' trailer that they paid off a long time ago. Belinda don't even have a house payment. Why can't she afford her own glasses and lawnmower? I don't know. Belinda's a broke hoe, even though I don't know how when she lives for free. She does. Exactly. Why was Belinda GoFunding new glasses and a lawnmower when she lives in a trailer that her in-laws paid off, her dead in-laws paid off a long time ago? Oh, dildo. Sorry, honey, you can't play. There we go. All right. Can y'all see it? Here, let me help. I think 1, 2. How's that look? Is that better? Can y'all see that better? Yeah, no house payment. Her and her husband, Junior, They both work jobs, good, respectable jobs, no house payment, but she can't even buy her own glasses. That's crazy. What Marisol say? Oh, yeah, that the fundraiser was thrown in your face? Yeah. Maybe y'all are just good online, but I have to say from watching both Yaba and Sam for years, I really admire their relationship and especially how Yaba co-parented. I love that y'all are friends with Gina. Thank you. We love Gina too. She's awesome. I mean, I really, whatever. I don't know those people and I don't care if they're dead or alive, to be quite honest. I just don't. All right, here we go, guys. Are we ready? All right. So here is my most recent divorce case. Thank you so much for joining memberships. We love our basic Betties. 2 pairs of glasses that cost $800 each, allegedly. Wow. All employment is respectable. Not all GoFundMe's are. Foxy is ATX. She was double talking. That's funny. Belinda works second shift at Walmart, has no house payment. Her husband's got a good job and she can't buy her own glasses. Does she not have Walmart's benefit program? Does she not have optical? She works at Walmart. Walmart has an optical. You know, the amount of effort they made to expose Sham. We could have been here and done with the damn thing. Good job, bloggers. You didn't get anything accomplished. Okay, anyway, moving on. Here we go. Here's my divorce. This is the one that finally went through thanks to old Manning over there. Thank you, Manning. So my divorce, ATX, if you're still here, write this down. Text your cuck of a husband and let him know I am divorced. And it was finalized on August 15th, 2023, and I have legally changed my name. This is no longer my name. This is okay. So what you're going to see next is, I guess it was just 2. Was it 2? God, I thought I tried to do it 3 times in 2020. Okay. In 2020, as you can see here, filed November 2nd, 2020 and filed October 27th, 2020. So I filed this divorce case. I tried to file the divorce when I lived in Scott County. I know there was some question as to why I filed for divorce in 3 different counties. And it's really very simple because these were the counties I lived in at the time of the filing. Scott County. So in October of 2020, I lived in Scott County. Initially I filed it without children because all of my children are over the age of 18, but then come to find out, I think they had to be like over the 21 or over. So that's why the November filing said with children. But let's see what happened to this filing. Here we go. I filed it on October 27th. You see, I filed it pro se. And here is the court dismissing it. It says, court dismisses this divorce action as all documents filed on 10/27/2020 did not contain proper signatures. This was in the middle of COVID where in Scott County, the only option you had was to file electronically. I did sign them electronically. For whatever reason, when the clerk got them, they said they weren't signed, so they bopped it back, which resulted in the November 2nd, 2020 filing. Again, I lived in Scott County at the time. I filed it, and this time it says court dismisses this matter due to petitioner electronically filing the petition with no signature, which, again, not the case. You know what, though? There is a filing missing. There was a filing where the Scott County court rejected it, saying that I filed it in the wrong county, that I was supposed to file it in St. Joseph County. Because for some reason they overrode my Scott County address with my old St. Joseph County address. So that was when I said, you know what, fuck it, I'm done. I'm not going to dick around with this electronic filing during COVID now, because you couldn't even go down to the courthouse to like talk to them or fix it or nothing. So, Dark Salmon, plenty of people were interested in my divorce. my divorce filings, the details of them, why it was filed so many times, and so on and so forth. So why don't you pipe the fuck down? Here. You can't talk in the chat anymore. What do you want me to do, Dark Salmon? Do you want me to go around cherry picking? Or do you want me to address each and every item on this website that has my name attached to it? Which one do you want? That's right. We're going to be thorough. All right. Here we come to Alejandro Garcilaso versus Samantha Dowles and all occupants. This was filed October 13th of 2020. Again, in the middle of COVID. It is an eviction case. As you can see, that's not my address. See? I have never lived at this address. Never. Not in my fucking life have I lived at this address. But this is the address that the court system has for me for this case. How fucking ridiculous. And then this was the actual address of the house. So 427 Camden Street. This is Alejandro Garcilaso. This is the landlord. Okay. So 427 Camden Street used to be my house that I owned. And I sold the house to Alejandro Garcilaso. We call him Alex. So I sold the house to Alex in November of 2019. And myself and one of my adult daughters leased it back from him. She was in college. She had a 9-month-old. Was he 9 months old? 6 months old? I don't know, whatever. Kanan was a baby. My daughter was in college. She was in the middle of the semester come November of 2019 when the sale of the house closed. So we rented it back from Alex. Alex knew good and fucking well at the time that we leased it back from him that neither one of us were going to be staying the full year. I sold the house because I had no intentions on staying in South Bend after my kids were all 18. My youngest daughter turned 18 in November of 2019, and I sold my house. But we were going to finish out the school year so that my daughter, could just finish out the school year. So me and my daughter rented it back from Alex. Well, on February 1st of 2020, my daughter moved out. She got her own apartment. She was let off the lease. In May of 2020, I moved out. In between that time, February and May of 2020, my 25-year-old son had moved in. And he knew I wasn't staying. My son knew I was not staying in that house. Alex knew I was not staying in that house. So when my son moved in February, when my daughter moved out, I moved out in May. And I told Alex, the landlord, I said, as per our discussion in November, and you have to understand this too, like this wasn't just like a landlord tenant situation. At first, Alex was a cool dude. Like he's a major pothead. He would get weed from California. And literally every time he came to my house, we'd sit there and smoke. Like it was totally fine. Like he was cool with me. I was cool with him. So when I moved in May of 2020, I moved out of town and I let Alex know. I was like, hey, I'm leaving, as we discussed. My son still lives here, and it's entirely up to you if you want to transfer the lease to my son. That's between you and my son. Well, at the time, my son, he worked in the RV plant up there, and it was the middle of COVID, so the RV plant was shut down. So anyway, Daniel got behind on the rent, and come October, Alex files eviction, but he couldn't file eviction on Daniel because guess what? Alex never did. Alex never went and actually signed a lease with Daniel. He just verbally was like, yeah, that's totally fine. So long story short, come October, in the middle of COVID, I've been gone now for 5 fucking months. For 5 months, I had been gone out of that house. When I moved out in May, the rent was current. In fact, I paid June's rent. I paid the rent for June, a month I didn't even live there because it was the middle of COVID. My son was on, I don't know if they called it layoff or whatever, but the plant was shut down because of COVID. Okay. And he had a baby on the way. So I paid the rent in June, but I was like, dude, you're on your own after that. You need to file for unemployment, do something, figure it out. So whatever. Anyway, come October, Alex goes to file for eviction because my son's not paying the rent and he's not getting his unemployment coming through because the plant kept like calling him back for a half a day and then putting him back off, then calling him back and putting him back off. So it was a whole fucking thing why he couldn't get his unemployment. He ended up getting it months and months later. They paid him back pay. But anyway, so Alex files for eviction. Well, he can't put the eviction in my son's name because he never signed a lease with my son. So what does he do? He files the eviction on me. Anyway, long story short, look at this. I didn't even know that I was included in the eviction until the day of the eviction hearing. My son calls me. He's like, yo, your name was on the docket. And I was like, what? So I filed. Hold on. I filed. This is the default judgment against me. And then where is it? Okay. I filed a motion to set aside judgment, to set aside and vacate the judgment. The judge grants my motion to set aside the judgment and set a trial for March 26th. We had a lengthy phone hearing where the landlord brought his attorney and I showed up without an attorney. And I pled my case. And I had my evidence. And I'm like, dude, I moved out in May. And matter of fact, we had the hearing. I told my side of the story. He told his side of the story. The judge took it under advisement and said that they were going to refer back to the original eviction hearing where my son showed up and I didn't. And when the judge went back to the original eviction hearing where my son showed up and I didn't, the landlord's testimony, Alex's testimony in that hearing was that Samantha moved out in May and that the rent was caught up when Samantha moved out. And that was over. It was over. Here we go. Order granting motion to dismiss. And the case was fucking dismissed. And then, as you can see, nothing ever else came of it because I was not the party. Yeah, so that took forever to explain. Anyway, whatever. So that was Alex who, let's face it, this was Alex Garcelonzo who evicted my 25-year-old son who was laid off from the RV plant in the middle of COVID with a brand new baby. And when he couldn't get shit out of my son, he tried to get it out of me and I smacked his fucking ass out of court. There's the long and short of it. Irish residential. That was a condo that I rented before I got the house. I have no idea. I guess maybe I didn't pay the rent when I moved. Who knows? Family Pet Health Center versus Samantha Dowles. What is that? Like $100 bill or something? I don't know. It's February 24th of 2018. Last I checked, I'm pretty sure that had to do with my ex-husband, but I don't know. Orbit Leasing versus Samantha Dowles. This was a car that I voluntarily gave back. So it was a voluntary repossession. And here is the release that was, oh, wait, it downloads it. Hold on. I don't think, where is it? Hold on. Okay, here we go. Here's the release of judgment. Crap. Why is it doing that? Hold on. Stop. Present. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay. Here's the release of judgment. Orbit Leasing versus Samantha Dowles. We hereby certify that within judgment and costs have been fully satisfied. That means I paid it. So there's that. That was paid. Hold on. I can't find share screen, summary, my case, share. Okay. So that was paid in full. $7,306.32. And notice here where it says balance due as of January 22nd, 2024. and it says $7,306.32. Yet I just showed you the release, order for satisfaction of judgment, motion for release of garnishment. It was paid and satisfied, yet wow. It's crazy how the state of Indiana's website still shows that $7,306 is due as of January 22nd. I mean, I don't know. Maybe see where it says payment 0? Maybe, I don't know. Is it possible that I don't know that their records aren't right, that the court website did not update the fact that this is paid? I don't know. But are you gonna fucking dispute what I just showed you, that it's paid? Like, you literally just seen do I need to pull it back up? Let's pull it back up, because I know there's gonna be people out there who's like, "Man, I don't know. I don't know about that." Let's look at it again. Why is that there? Oh, that's not what I wanted. What the hell? Hold on. Since you all insist, you wanna go over this, you want me to speak on it, you wanna hear what I have to say about it, well, I guess you're gonna have to sit through it, aren't you? Hold on, why isn't that opening? It's right there. It's oh, wait, no. Okay, so do I need to share the tab? Jesus, hold on. I guess I need to share the tab. My bad. Hold on. Is it that one? Oh, there it is. Okay, so here we go. So here we go. There's the case number. Write it down, you dumb bitches. Orbit Leasing, Samantha Dowles. We certify that the within judgment and cost have been fully satisfied. Fully satisfied. Yet, oh my gosh. Oh dear. Here the state of Indiana website says that I still owe $7,000. Oh my gosh. Because a municipal government agency could not possibly ever not have a website that maybe just isn't fucking updated. I don't fucking know. Anyway, about it. I mean, look, these are links, you guys. These are fucking links. They download documents. Anyway. Wells Fargo Bank versus Jennifer Busco, City South Bend, Samantha Dowles, mortgage foreclosure. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I'm not going to get into that. It was a fucking mortgage foreclosure. My name was on it. Whatever. Personal finance company versus Samantha Dowles. What is this? 2016 judgment for $1,500. Order granting a default judgment. Motion for proceeding, subpoena, order granting. Oh God, how long is this shit? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, what is that? It's a release of judgment. It's a release of judgment. Gosh, guys, what's a release of judgment? I don't remember. Oh, that's right. It means it's paid. Personal finance company versus Samantha Dowles for value release of judgment for value received. The undersigned as attorney of record for and on behalf of the plaintiff certifies that the judgment granted herein plus cost have been fully paid and satisfied, and the same is hereby released. Signed, Robert Crane and Associates. Oh, but look at this. Once again, the state of Indiana court website run by the fucking government says I still owe $1,700 as of January 22nd, but I don't, because there's your release right there. Calvin Omari versus Samantha Dowles. That was small claims. These rat bastard motherfuckers. Let me tell you what. I bought a car from these people, right? It's a car lot. It's a little buy here, pay here car lot. Yes, they are also always in Belinda's chat at the same. Why is Steph in here chatting? Get Steph the fuck out of here. Red Queen, is this the case you're particularly interested in? Here, I'll copy it from the chat. Oh, anyway, long story short, these people, it was a Dodge Grand Caravan I bought from them, and literally like 4 weeks after I bought it, the entire wiring harness melted and all of the wiring had to be redone in the van. So they paid what was it? No, I think I paid for it to get it done, and then they were supposed to like credit half of it back like from my balance, and they didn't. And then at the end of my loan, they fucking repoed my van. But I ended up paying it and I got the van back. I paid it off. So that's whatever. Okay, so wait. This is the case. Hold on. Red Queen case. Hold on. Back. Search by case. What the fudge? I swear to God, I hear somebody's phone ringing. Okay, I want to make sure this is the one. Red Queen case number 46D04-0909-FD-002177. Is this the case you want? Here, let me blow it up so you can see it better. All right, there we go. Can you see that? Can you see the case number? Is this the one you want? Red Queen? 46D04-0909-FD-002177. Oh, wait, here. Let me go ahead and put your comment on the screen and I'll just verify it. There we go. Hold on. On the screen. There we go. Is it the same? Everybody in the chat, is it the same? 46D04-0909-FD-002177. This is the one? Okay, let's see. Let's make sure that's the right case number. Do they match? They do. 46D04-0909-FD-002177. They match. Grifting and hoarding says release file just means you filed it. No, it doesn't. That is the fucking. Are you kidding me? You're kidding, right? It's a release of judgment. Read it. Read it and weep, bitch. Release of judgment. Let's read it together. We hereby certify that the within judgment and cost have been fully satisfied. Signed, Jeremy Chisholm, Corporate Counsel, Orbit Leasing, P.O. Box 173, Byron Center, Michigan. Grifting and hoarding. Can you read? Are you reading? Can you see it? Here, I'll blow it up a little better for you. There we go. What does that say? Grifting and hoarding in the chat. What does it say? I'm waiting for grifting and hoarding to come back. Grifting and hoarding says release file just means you filed it. What does this mean then? What does this mean? What does that mean? Where are you at, grifting and hoarding? Ma'am, come back. Red Queen, we'll come back to you. We'll come back to you, Red Queen. Don't you worry. There we go. Grifting and hoarding, are you still here? Release file just means you filed it. I can't tell because I'm reading the words on the screen. Grifting and hoarding, are you still here? Please come explain to me what this means. No. Did you just get shut the fuck down? Is that what just happened? Did that hurt? Bet Not Broken. I took everybody's wrenches except for Yaba's, and I gave Nikki Peace back today because Yaba was busy doing postcards and she was in chat. Grifting and hoarding. Going once. Going twice. Oh. Grifting and hoarding, you got shut the fuck up. That's what you got. You got slapped with a big fat shut the fuck up. How about that? All right. Back to you. Who was the other one with the case number they wanted? They wanted reviewed. Let me go back to the case number just a second. Release failed just means you failed it. Oh, you're so funny. Fine. Okay, here it is. Sorry, guys. All right, there you are. All right. All right, back to, oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. All right. Red Queen, you're up. Search did not match any cases. They're saying this is the one that was a felony. That would be indicated by the FD. All right, we'll go over it. So, FD, you're right. That means felony. You're up for what? This is the case you want to see. This is the case you want to talk about? Wow. I directed you to where people posted what they said was proof so you could respond. Oh, okay. Well, unfortunately, this case cannot be pulled up anymore because it was expunged. So you can't bring it up because it was expunged. Expunged meaning we went to court in front of a judge with the prosecutor, and everyone agreed that I had been a good girl for 16 years and that the only case, no, I didn't have a felony. It was a misdemeanor, Red Queen. It was charged as a felony, and it was, what's the word? It was decided as a misdemeanor. So they brought it down to a misdemeanor. So you can be charged with a felony, but if the felony gets dropped, are you convicted of the felony? You're not. So if you're charged with a felony and at plea deal, it gets pled down to a misdemeanor, you're convicted of a misdemeanor, not a felony. And in this case, I was convicted of one misdemeanor and I was assessed a $1 fine. That was 16 years ago. And then last year it was expunged. Yes, not a felon. Doesn't FD mean non-dissolution? No, FD means felony. It was charged as a felony, but it was dropped down to a misdemeanor and I was fined $1 and then it was expunged 16 years later. Do you know that in the state of Indiana, you can only get one charge expunged and you cannot have any other charges on your record at all? Not even a traffic violation? When you apply to have a criminal conviction expunged, I'm going to say it again and I'll say it slowly because I know Al's listening and she's slow on the uptake. In the state of Indiana, If you apply to have a criminal conviction expunged, you can have only one criminal conviction. You cannot have been charged with any other crimes after that criminal conviction, and you only get one. One. So, 16 years after this misdemeanor conviction, when I applied for to have it expunged, I had to answer a list of questions that was sent to the state, and then the state had to verify that I've only ever had one criminal conviction in my life. It was a misdemeanor, and I've never been charged with a crime since. Indiana is the Florida of the North, yeah. You should have saved the expungement in case you kick someone's ass in the future. Yeah. Yeah, Ron's fucked. Ron used his one expungement in the state of Indiana, so he cannot. Oh, look, grifting and hoarding is back. What were we talking to grifting and hoarding about? Oh, that's right. Grifting and hoarding. Here, I'm so glad you're back. Here you go. Grifting and hoarding, since you're back, would you like to explain to us what a release of judgment is? Can you tell us how you're claiming the government website is wrong, but you never called them over $7,000 worth of debt? Never called who? Grifting and hoarding? Who did I never call? You're gonna have to be specific. Who did I never call? The court? Because their website has the wrong information? Is that who you're talking about? I mean, are you just slow, or are you deliberately taking forever to answer? I mean, it's right here. It's a release of judgment. It's on the website. It's uploaded. I mean, there's nothing to come after me for. It's been released. It's been satisfied. The document's right here. It's on the website. Here, hold on. See? And it where he's we'll come back, whatever your name was, where it says release filed, motion for release of garnishment filed by who? Not Samantha Dowles, not Samantha Telfer. Release filed, order of satisfaction of judgment filed by who? Orbit Leasing, not Samantha Dowles, not Samantha Telfer. Yeah, exactly. We're poor, send money. They're not gonna update anything. They're gonna say the order granting the release has been signed and uploaded. They're not going to change this. You wanna know why? You wanna know why they're not gonna change this? You wanna know why? Because the payment was not made through the court. So if the court clerk were to pull this case up right now and enter in here a payment of $7,306.32 to make this number change, do you know what's going to happen at the end of that court clerk's business day? When they go to balance their deposit for the day for payments that they took on judgments at the counter at the courthouse, do you know what's going to happen? They're going to be short $7,306.32. That's why the court will not enter any number here, because this payment that was made in November of 2019 was not made to the court. It was made directly to Orbit Leasing. Dumb fuck. How on earth can I call and ask the court to enter in here a payment of $7,306.32 when they collected no such amount. Sam Tefler needs a vacation fund. Thank you so much, Teddy Pig. I appreciate you. She was on the farm. So it was, dude, I don't have to go to the farms to look at what the farms has about that case. I'm telling you what the fuck that case was. And it was expunged in December of 2023. Cope. Are you telling me that there is a website on the internet that has information about a criminal conviction that a judge in the state of Indiana has ordered to be expunged and removed from the records? Because if that's the case, then perhaps the judge needs to order that website to take that down because that has been expunged by court order. I certainly hope no Kiwi farmer residing on U.S. soil is responsible for posting that onto the Kiwi farms, knowing it's been expunged. Great Wolf Lodge, here you come. Oh, dance for days. It's fine. You didn't know. And we can't expect everybody to know everything that's going on. I mean, I just don't understand why you guys want me to talk about a fucking bad check misdemeanor for which I was fined $1 for so fucking bad. What is it about a misdemeanor bad check charge for which I was fined $1 for 16 years is that big of a fucking deal that y'all want to be in my chat demanding that I talk about it? Here, since you clearly have read whatever the fuck it is the Kiwi Farms has on their website about that particular case, you've read it. You must have questions. What's your fucking question? What's your question? I just don't understand what a bad check misdemeanor for which I was fined $1 for 16 years ago means fuck all today. Yeah, why don't you have some more outrage over the Family Pet Health Center bill that didn't get paid? And you know what? If you're so worried about the fucking Family Pet Health Center getting their money, why don't you ask Belinda to cut them a check? It doesn't change the fact that the leaked DMs on Onion Farms had some really bad things in them. All right. Personal finance company paid. You want to see that one again? Wait, am I sharing the right screen? Yes, I am. Okay. Here we go. What's that? Paid. Where is it? There we go. Release of judgment filed by personal finance company. Paid. That sucks. You guys hate to hear those words, don't you? So here we go. Since Belinda's so fucking worried about the Family Pet Health Center in South Bend, Indiana, tell her to cut him a check. How about that? This was the fucking minivan. He repoed it. I was at work on a Saturday. The motherfuckers repoed it right out of the parking lot, and I had to go on Monday and pay them their stupid money and get it back. That's my ex-husband. This is also a landlord, but this bitch, she sued me in retaliation for me suing her. This is the case because I rented a house from her through them that had something like 6 gas leaks between the furnace and the water heater. I got really fucking sick from that gas leak and they paid me $20,000 and she filed for eviction and she didn't go anywhere. I have no idea what that is. I think this is probably like a medical bill or something when I had Medicaid. I don't know. Okay, so here's another filing of divorce. I filed. It didn't go anywhere. That was back in 2013. I think I ended up dropping it because I felt bad for him because he needed my insurance. I don't know. Premier rental purchase. I don't know. Probably something I fucking rented and didn't pay the bill. I don't know. They probably got it back. I don't have parking tickets. That's one thing I don't have is a fucking parking ticket. Credit Bureau collections from 2009. I have no idea what that is. Let's see. Oh, it was dismissed. It was nothing. Ha! That's a big fat nothing burger. Dismissed. Goodbye. It was a wallet. Not shocked. Oh my gosh. This. You guys. Ugh. We didn't even rent this house from a fucking Homeworks investment. We rented it from the actual owner, who is this lady who ended up dying. And then she died, and her son sold the houses to Homeworks Investments. And I don't even know what happened after that. But this, we moved. I know. I think that was when we moved to Texas, actually. This, I have no idea what this is. Trans World Systems, NCF. Oh, that's a debt collector. $424 for what? Who knows? It was 2007. Whatever it was, I didn't have no $424. I know that much. Let's see. How long did that go on for? Destruction certification. Well, whatever it was, they destroyed the file in 2020. So I have no idea. I can't remember. Oh, okay. I do remember them seeing this Dr. Hamadi on here. It says proposed order filed, and it's got this doctor's name on here. And yes, this is a dentist. Okay, listen to this. Here's some tea. Okay, so they're going around saying that I worked for a dentist and that I stole from him or something, which is such a fucking lie. That was some bullshit that Arabia bitch made up. And she twisted that shit because she knows that Julian's mom, Jessica, she don't have no teeth, which is fine, like whatever. But anyway, she had a really, really bad set of dentures that was like really messing up her bottom jaw. So when I was managing this dental office, I had a brand new set of dentures made for her. Yeah, for free. Sure did. So that's what Arabia turned into. Sam was stealing from the dentist. No, the fuck I wasn't. I had a fucking pair of dentures made for Jessica after her son died. Okay. They had moved down to North Carolina. Julian died in North Carolina. I hadn't seen them in like 6 months. And when they came back for Julian's funeral, Jessica's jaw, her lower jaw, it looked like she had a fucking softball in there. And it was because her lower denture was broken and she had super glued it back together. And anyone who wears dentures know you cannot repair your own fucking denture. Well, she had these broken super glued dentures in, and it like was really fucking up her mouth. So yeah, I went back to the dentist that I was working for and I was like, yo, obviously they knew Julian had died. I had some time off of work after that happened. And when I came back for work, I was like, yo, look, man, Julian's mom really needs some new dentures. Can we help her out? Okay. Yeah. Anyway, this Dr. Hamadi, I've never met this man, but the chain of dental offices that I worked for, they are based out of New York, but they have practices, all across the country. And in the state of Indiana, your dental practice has to be registered in the name of a licensed dentist within that state. Doesn't matter if that dentist works there or not, but the practice has to be registered in the name of a licensed dentist. So this Dr. Hamadi, his name is listed as like the owner of all of these dental offices in Northern Indiana, and that man does not practice in any of them. So anyway, the reason why his name is on here is because technically in the state of Indiana, he was listed as like he was like the registered owner for that dental practice, but in name and on paper only. Like he didn't work there. I didn't know him, whatever. But the reason why his name is on here is because they were trying to garnish me. And that's where I worked. So, no, I didn't fucking steal from a Dr. Hamadi. Never met that man in my life. Yeah, she super glued her dentures. SCS Credit Corp, that's a car I got repossessed in 2007. And Kalari's still waiting for the felonies worthy of Dateline. Yeah. Superior Homes. I don't know what that is. Probably an eviction from 2006. Oh, I do know what that is. I know exactly what that is. Hold on. I think. Hold on. Is this where they filed eviction on me because the electrical in the house was not up to code? So I had to file a countersuit on them and I won. Hold on. Yep. That's what it was. Okay. This was a house we lived in. It was on Donald Street in South Bend. And we kept having like major electrical problems. And we ended up having an electrician come out because the fucking slumlord wouldn't do shit. The electrician comes out and they call the fucking electric company out and they end up red tagging the box because the electrical in the house was not up to code. So and I don't know what happened, but I ended up obviously withholding rent in an escrow, and that is why I won the counterclaim, because I was able to show the court that I did have rent in escrow waiting for them to bring the electric up to code. So, findings for defendant on counterclaim for costs plus $250. Fuck you. See, look, it says right here. Oh, look, I failed to appear. Shocker. Oh, no, defendant failed to. I guess that was. Okay. Hearing held, immediate possession granted, and then it says defendant requests continuance, ruling reserved, defendant appears in person, trial held, judgment for defendant on plaintiff's claims. Plaintiff appears by representative. You know what that means? That means the plaintiff, which was the other party, appeared by attorney. Following exhibits admitted, defendant, that's me, defendants A and B. So I had 2 exhibits that I submitted, and the court ruled in my favor. I won against an attorney. Not the first or last time that would happen. Sharon Henderson, listen, you want to know what happened with this house? I'll tell you. This was a duplex that I rented to get away from my abusive ex-husband. And I rented this duplex and I was working at Liberty Mutual Insurance at the time. And let me tell you what, Liberty Mutual Insurance has the strictest attendance policies. It's crazy. Like you get a point. They even told us in training, like if you're in a car accident on the way to work and the jaws to life have to cut you out of the car, when you call off, don't bother telling us why you have to call off. It won't matter. If you call off, you get the point. So anyway, long story short, this motherfucker, I swear to God, my ex-husband locked me in a room in our basement for 3 fucking days. I lost my you know how I ended up getting out? He didn't just lock me in the fucking room. He locked me in this room in our basement and he would literally come down there and torture me for hours. The most heinous, horrific shit you can even fucking imagine. Well, he was on a fucking drug and alcohol bender. So 3 days into it, he fucked up and left his cell phone in the room when he left me in there, locked me in there to go back upstairs to do whatever. Okay. I don't know, whatever. He left his cell phone in there and I called 911 and the fucking police and fire department came and got me out and took me to the hospital. Yeah. 3 days I was locked and tortured in that fucking basement and I lost my job and we got evicted. Yeah. Yep. That's exactly what happened. So whatever. IU Credit Union. Yeah, that was a bank account I had that probably got overdrawn and I couldn't pay it. Michiana Anesthesia Care, that was a bill for surgery, the anesthesia bill for surgery I had that for whatever reason, I had Medicaid back then, and for whatever reason, Medicaid didn't pay it, and I certainly couldn't pay it, so I got a judgment against me. So there you have it. There's a medical bill I couldn't pay. That's a bank account that went overdrawn that I couldn't pay. That's a house I got evicted from after I was locked in a fucking basement for 3 days and I lost my job. That is a fucking landlord that sued me, and then I countersued because the electric wasn't up to code and I fucking won. That's a car that got repossessed. Not surprised that my car got repossessed around this time, same time. Let's see. I have no idea what that is. That's that old lady that died. Then her son fucking sold the house to Homeworks and whatever. That was weird. So, I mean, what else? What else do you want to talk about? Let's see. Since that family pet health center bill is such a big fucking deal, how much is it? Like 300 something dollars? Is that what it's up to? I looked at it the other day. There you go. $345.58. I mean, they don't have to take me to court. We'll get it paid. It's not a big fucking deal. Let's see. In September of 2023, motion and order served, copy left at door and mailed. To what address? To what address? Let's see. What address did they send it to? Oh, yeah. Clearly not where I live. Krabby Joe says, I mean, not me. Oh, I don't know why there's a crying cat outside my door. I just find it so funny these people are so up in arms over this fucking vet bill from 2018. If you're so fucking concerned about the vet bill, why don't you pay it? How about that? Oh my God, I took a phone call from Kevin and come back. You're still having to explain this. Was Kevin calling you to see if he was going to be fed dinner tonight, Jen? Oh my God, I done said your husband's name. I'm a doctor. I mean, that's it. Is there anything else? Is there another website out there with more information about me that you guys want to go over? I mean, yeah, I was married to a rat bastard motherfucker for a long time who refused to fucking work, who did everything he could to make my life a fucking living hell. Spent our money on fucking drugs, alcohol, and whatever the fuck else he wanted to spend the fucking money on. Refused to work. I had 5 fucking kids. Yeah, I was poor. And yeah, I had a lot of bills that went unpaid. And yes, I got evicted. And yes, my fucking car got repossessed. So what? Like, why does that make you so upset? So glad you're finally happy. So sorry for all you had to go through. Thank you, Oz Angel. And thank you for the support. Dude, that motherfucker was sadistic. Like during all this time you're looking at here, look at all this shit that's so fucking heinous. I was dealing with a motherfucker who was the most sadistic, sick, twisted, demented motherfucker you could ever fucking imagine. He literally, there would be nights where I would be in bed sleeping and I would wake up to him coming in there with a big ass handful of marbles and coins. And he would literally just chuck that shit at my head while I was sleeping. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, say whatever the fuck you want about the fact that when I was married to that motherfucker, I was a fucking poor piece of crap and I couldn't pay my fucking bills. Do you really think that that hurts my feelings that you say these things about me? I don't care. It does not bother me that you think that I'm a fucking piece of shit because I was in an abusive marriage and I was poor. Girl, get yourself a GoFundMe for that vet bill and watch Belinda lose her fucking mind. Miss T, so happy you and Yaba are loving life now. Thank you so much. And thank you for being a member for 2 months. That girl says you're saying you had all this work done for your friend and never entered any of it, so they got it for free. Who approved all this free work if the main dentist? You dumb fuck. I told you the main, quote unquote, main dentist, his name was on the practice just to make it legal in Indiana. The dentist that I actually worked for, who worked in the practice, Listen, I don't make dentures, you dumb fucks. I'm not a dentist. I can't make dentures. The dentist made the dentures. Do you really think that that dentist made a whole $3,000 fucking pair of dentures and I just slipped them out the door without, like, are you kidding me? Fuck off. I just told you. These dentures were made for Jessica literally the month after she buried her 14-year-old son who was killed in a car accident. Yes, that dentist graciously gifted Jessica a $3,000 pair of dentures, and she was happy to do it. Happy to do it. Why is that a problem for you? Fuck off. I guarantee you Jessica's still wearing them fucking dentures today. You're welcome, you fucking whore. And that's another thing. Jessica lies through those fucking dentures about me. The nerve of her lying through the fucking teeth that I put in her mouth. Ain't that something, Bunny? That bitch got the nerve to lie through those fucking teeth that I put in her mouth, and she knows it. That's right, Lisa Simpson. Some people use their poverty to beg for donos. Saki Stalker said, I have seen her mugshot. She's definitely not still using those dentures. You're probably right. Rachel Hay for the vet bills, but no strings attached. Thank you so much for the super chat. Dude, I don't know. I honestly don't think that that particular bill was mine because I don't recall ever leaving the vet's office without paying the bill. I really fucking, if I recall correctly, I'm pretty sure that was my kid's dad. And it was after we split up, which is why I refused to fucking pay the bill. Because he was shacked up with this girl named Samantha who worked at Pizza Hut with them, and they were having sex while we were still together. And so he moved in with her, and then they fucking he took Samantha's fucking dog to the vet over there in River Park off Mishawaka Avenue, 3 blocks down from the apartment that they were living in together. And he used my fucking account. So why the fuck would I pay the bill for that bitch's fucking dog? Yes, her name was Samantha. And they worked at Pizza Hut together. Yes. Swear. Like, you got me fucked up. Yes, her name was Samantha. That's how they went in there. They used my fucking account at the vet. Whatever. That motherfucker, he brought that bitch over to our house while I was at work on a freaking snow day when my kids were at home. That's how I found out about her, because my son is a real one. He called me at work telling my mom, are you come home for lunch today? I was like, no, I don't normally come home for lunch. He's like, well, I just think you should come home for lunch today, Mom. And I was like, dude, I worked like one city over. Like, I only get an hour for lunch. By the time I fucking drove from work to home for lunch and back, I wouldn't have had time. So I was like, baby, I can't come home for lunch today. Right? So I didn't go home for lunch that day. But boy, when I got home from work that night, I pulled up in front of the house and I didn't go in the house because my daughter was actually coming out to get in the car so I could then drive her back to the same city I just came from in 5 o'clock traffic to drop her off at her job. She was working at the Sonic in Mishawaka. So anyway, I pull up in front of the house for my daughter to come get in the car so I can take her to work. And my son comes out and he hands me a piece of paper. And you want to know what was on that piece of paper? A fucking license plate number. You know whose license plate number it was? Sam from fucking Pizza Hut. My son told on his dad. Sure did. Even gave me the bitch's license plate number. So a violent, bad man took a dog to get care. That doesn't add up. Wow. You're so smart, Sam's Fupa, formerly Natarella. You are so smart. You're so right. You got me. It is. And the next day when their dad went to work, I ain't proud of it, but I did. I drove over there with my kids in the car with that little piece of paper with that fucking license plate number on it. And I drove over to the Pizza Hut over there on Bendix and pulled in the parking lot. And sure as shit, there was her little, guess what kind of car it was? Guess what kind of car Sam for Pizza Hut drove? A fucking Hyundai Sonata. Mhm. Rachel says, with that new evidence, do not use that $10 for the vet bill. I'm telling you, that fucking vet bill, it was after he shacked up with Sam when we split up and he shacked up with Sam. This was the first time we split up, not the second time. We split up twice. The first time was like for 9 months and he went and shacked up with Sam in her apartment over there, and they're called Park Jefferson apartments, but they were always catching on fire, so we called them Spark Jefferson. Yes. Look it up. Look up Family Pet Health Center in South Bend and then look up Park Jefferson Apartments. Oh, I wonder if that would still come up as Park Jefferson. They renamed them. Hold on, let me see. I'll see for myself. Park Jefferson. They're right down the street. Oh, sure enough. Wait, no, hold on. Indiana. Does it still come up? It does. Park Jefferson Apartments in South Bend, Indiana. Oh, it's called Prosper now. I knew it was called something else now. It's called Prosper now. 3001 East Jefferson Boulevard. They're literally like 3 blocks away from that vet. You thought it was going to be a Kia? No. She's really proud of her Belinda emoji. She worked hard on that. There's a glitch in the matrix. They always drive Buicks. Princess Leia says they're called Prosper. Your friend lives there and it's still always on fire. Yeah. Do you remember when they used to call him Spark Jefferson, Princess Leia? Yeah, she's already ripping that off. She rips everything off. Do something original, Belinda. No shit. I know you turned the heat up. Love of my life. You're too young for that, but the neighbors call it that from what you heard. Yeah, it's been Prosper for a couple of years now. I still call it Spark Jefferson. Anyone from South Bend, Indiana will always call those apartments Spark Jefferson. You know what, though, on a serious note, there was a house fire in South Bend last night and 5 children perished. And one is at a burn center in Indianapolis. So please keep that family and those children in your thoughts. It's a horrible tragedy. God, let me turn my fan on. She's freaking. I don't know what you have the heat on, but that is wrong. That's felony level heat, man. It is terrible, I know. Belinda looks like a retarded Kathy, whatever her name is. What Kathy? F.U. Sham Sham. Thank you, ma'am, for the Sonata slander. Thank you for the super chat. Are you in the bathtub? Did you turn the heat to 70 degrees and get your ass in the tub? Oh my God, Kathy Griffin, you're right. Fat, retarded Kathy Griffin. Your heater's at 64. Yeah, Jessica Meska says FFG pay the vet bill. Hold on, I'm gonna pin that shit. Hold on. Oh my gosh, my chat on StreamYards is so far behind. I'm never gonna find it. Jessica Meska, you might have to say it again. In the tub. In the fucking tub. Okay, hold on. Hold on. There she is. Thank you, Jessica Meska. Hold on, I gotta pee again. I have to pee again. Yama said diabetes. She said, "Trust she ain't walking up these stairs." She's right. There's no effing way I'd be walking up them stairs right now. The heat just kicked on again. Old lady bladder. It is not diabetes. Diabetes. She's the worst. Coming out as a full-time fangirl, 40 degrees here in Texas, and as a Virginia native, fan blades do be turning. Thank you so much for the super chat. Al wants to know why you don't sleep good. Diabetes. Does she really? Did she ask why I don't sleep good? Al, are you really concerned about my sleeping habits? No, I just had to pee. Andy Oak in Sam's defense, she's had 5 kids. You need to do one of those shorts with the funny voice and big eyes. Do you usually do? Yes, Goofy Dumb, Goofy Old Bitch. Yes, she usually does those from the tub. She said something about you tweeting through the night. Oh, yeah. Everybody knows I get up frequently in the night to go to the bathroom. Who doesn't take their phone with them? I also start my day at 4:30 in the morning. So if that's what she's referring to, the fact that I get up early and I start my day early and I go to bed early, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. How sweet of her to be concerned. Al's a fucking freak. She's an opportunistic freak. She's a flip-flopping ass bitch who, Al's favorite content, the content that really gets her excited, that really motivates her, that gets her up and out of the bed every day, is the relentless harassment of severely mentally ill women, not just one, several. Trisha, severely mentally ill and unstable. Oh my God. What's that lady's name? Leticia Collins, severely mentally ill and unstable. The one she's on to now, the woman who was involved in that Roberta Laws case or whatever, severely mentally ill and unstable. And don't give me that shit that, oh, Al's just covering the case. No, she's not. Owl purposely antagonizes the shit out of, how do you say her name? Adrazia? Mary? Is that the same person? Mary and Adrazia? Yes, Al likes to pick on disabled people. Her favorite flavor of disabled people is severely mentally ill women. Her name's Mary. Okay. Caitlin, who's Al? Original Owl. Owl stands for oil wife life, by the way. Owl's husband, I guess, works on an oil rig or something. I don't know. Owl likes to talk about her tits and ass. What did Effie say? I was screaming in my head when she said you were up at 5:30 a.m. because you and Yaba start your days early and shit. Duh, we all know this. Yeah. No, she can't relate. Owl likes to comment on people's doxes, calling them pieces of shit. Look, I'm not saying that Mary Andresa woman is not a murderer. I'm quite sure she is, but she's also severely fucked in the head. And Owl is just like Mandy ATX in that regard. Mandy's favorite flavor, favorite form of entertainment is antagonizing and tormenting severely mentally ill women online. There's nothing she likes better. You will hear her talk so much about Tammy Spirit Finder. She really, really gets off on Tammy Spirit Finder, who is like super paranoid, schizophrenic, unmedicated. Trisha. Yeah, it's not just covering them, it's cow tipping. Yeah, she antagonizes her online. Found to get Sam a nice pea pod. No more stairs. Thank you for the super chat, Lissy. Oz Angel says she picked on me years ago because I made a video taking up for Trisha. I blocked her, never liked her sons. I never liked Owl. I tolerated Owl, but I never liked her because, for one, she gets off on tormenting severely mentally ill women online. Like, that's her shtick, that's her thing. And also, she's a fucking flip flopper. Like, she couldn't decide if she wanted to be Trisha's friend or Mandy and Sean's friend. And she flip flop. Bunny, I made you be nice to her because she was she was starting to cover negs. So our audiences were starting to, we were starting to share an audience. And I did not want the creator on creator drama fucking either one of our channels up. That's why I made you be nice to Owl. It was so that because nobody likes the creator versus creator drama. Same with Neg. She didn't leave that community until it was safe and everyone did so as not to get backlash. Exactly. Hold on. I want to show you guys this balloon. Saturday, we went to a birthday party for, well, I'll just say who it was. It was Gina's mom. And she got these balloons off of Amazon. And this is like a matte, like burgundy. Is that not beautiful? I loved it so much. I brought one home with me. Don't be looking at my stuff. You're the flip flopper. I never really liked this. I never really liked that. Everybody knows I never liked Owl's bitch ass. And I was only cordial with her to keep the peace because we shared a fucking audience. Fuck Owl. I know, I loved it. She got them off the Amazon. That's true. Yaba, that's true. You did. I know, Evie Cujo. I'd never seen a matte Mylar balloon either. Oh, look, it's another unknown caller. Let's see if they're going to talk this time. Hello? Nope. That's right, Money. Truces were an OGDC standard. The angry nut already gave up. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, I thought it was pretty, good for a 70-year-old woman's birthday party. I don't see somebody named Cringe Effie Cujo. What'd they say? Oh, you're the flip flopper. No, everyone's been known. I didn't like fucking Owl. Yes, we love Joan. Joan's amazing. Joan's cool as fuck. I mean, Gina is too. Don't get me wrong. What did Tangle Bliss say? You see, yeah, next thing you know, I'm going to be jealous of Owl. Get the fuck out of here. Tangled, is that like jealous of Belinda? Sounds familiar. Woo. Again, if any of you cared, you would encourage her to stop dividing the watchers and let all this go. Yeah. Dixie Rex, go over there and encourage Belinda and Owl. Hold on, wait, where's my list? Sorry, I have it right here. Do I? Oh yeah, here we go. Somebody go over there and tell Belinda and Gigi and Sarah Locklear and Owl and Peanut to stop dividing the community. Oh, they're talking about me. Dixie says, let this go. Fuck you. Fuck you, Dixie. I'm the one who's being slandered and defamed. My business is being slandered and defamed. These people are going around telling people that I dox people who buy my merch if they, quote, step out of line. Let it go, Sam. Fuck you. No. How about that? Yeah, we don't share an audience. She tried, though. Al gives barfly vibes. No, she's a former, I believe, meth head, but I could be wrong. Sorry, hold on. I was reading my Twitter DM real quick. Oh, that's too bad. Thanks for playing, Dixie Wrecked. Hey, wait. That's disgusting. Dixie Wrecked. Something tells me your dick's not capable of being erect. When is the merch store getting more things? Soon. Very soon. I do have my mugshot tumbler available. Hold on. Al equals Butterface. Right, Sam? And she still could have covered all of this and made her money. Mm-hmm. You love mugshot tumbler, so do I. No. One of Al's mods called you a hard R loving whore. Which one, Bunny? What the fuck? Oh, yeah. Don't rush over and buy my Tumblr if you plan on doxing us. Because I will fuck you up. Participation trophy wife said, I get too exhausted explaining it to people. Would have to be an at-home Tumblr. Yeah, most of our Tumblrs are meant to be at-home Tumblrs. Yes, that is a big accusation, Bunny. Do you have proof of that? Aunt Katie wants to know, did you get Owl her nice dentures too? No, I did not. Owl just said you were retarded on stream. Did she? Is she sniping me? Snipe me and I'll snipe you back. Okay, well, let's go see what Owl's up to just for a second. I'm just curious. I don't see her. Oh, there she. Okay, hold on. I bet that person made their 11-year-old daughter a Confederate flag cake too. Yeah. Oh, Al wants to know why she's being mentioned because Owl is over here telling people that I'm doxing people who buy my merch because they step out of line. That's why you're being talked about, Owl, because you're fucking stupid. That's why. Why don't you put some fucking clothes on, you weirdo? Yeah, no shit. Here. Let's see how many of Owl's thumbnails I'm in. Oh, there I am. Me. 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 Okay. This woman is when I go over it, you guys can't see it. Anyway, she's crazy. She's crazy. She's crazy. Look at all of the content on Al's channel. It's all crazy bitches. Mm-mm-mm. Look, she likes to cover Mandy too. When she's not friends with Mandy, she'll cover Mandy as a cow. Isn't that right, Al? When you're not friends with Mandy, you'll cover Mandy as a cow. Isn't that right? Speaking of merch, fun fact, did you know that religious iconography is generally not protected under copyright? Not that it's related to anything. I did not know that. Thank you so much for the super chat and the knowledge. Look, these are all severely mentally ill people. All of them. This is what gets Owl off. It most certainly is not her husband. It's this. It is severely mentally ill people and clout chasing. Nice. This bitch has seriously had my whole ass face in her thumbnails for going on a week. And she's got the nerve to sit over there saying, why am I even being mentioned? Because you're thick. Because you're slow. Because you're stupid. And I don't like you. There. That's why. Anyway. Be a member of a View My Butt Cheeks. Someone even bought and mailed Mary's hat to Owl. She has a piece of Mary's hair. P-Day, are you fucking kidding me? Wow, Owl. That's not fucking crazy. Slow is Southern for stupid. Mm-hmm. Stam's been live for 3 hours. Can you believe it? Stam's been live for 3 hours going over her court history that we've been talking about on the farms and on our live streams for the past month. She spent 3 hours on it. She tells Mary she's going to plant her DNA off her hat at crime scenes. Is that true, Owl? Owl, are you telling Mary that you're going to plant her DNA from the hat that you got of hers with her hair in it? That you're going to plant her DNA at crime scenes? I'm going back over to Owl's channel. I must know. Answer. Just wow. Owl, tell us right now. Hold on. Hold on. Oh my God, she's so far behind. Here, I'm just going to ask her in the chat. Owl, is it true you're telling, what's her name? Mary, you're going to plant her DNA at crime scenes. There we go. Gosh, Rose, I'm kind of disappointed in you. She says it all the time. Why? Why would you say such a thing to a mentally ill woman who's already been involved in the murder of another woman? Notorious Ash in her chat says, why is she hiding behind the balloon? Because I was showing the fucking balloon, you weirdo. See, this is why. This is why I don't like Owl and the people over there. Because they're stupid. They're stupid. Yes, I know who Ash274 is, babe. Of course I do. Mm-hmm. What? Yeah, I want to go with you. All right, suckers. Gotta go. Catch you later.
Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Owl.
Yeah, Owl.
We're reviewing you tomorrow, Owl.
Ash274 said, why was I hiding behind the balloon? I was showing the fucking balloon.
You've been on camera how many times? Ash, you know what she was doing. Stop being stupid. God, she's so dumb. That's the level of intelligence that we're dealing with these people.
That's why I call Owl retarded.
It's mind blowing. Did you hear Yabba kick in her door and it start raging? You're unhinged. Call CPS immediately. Things are out of control.
Yeah.
And they would take a bacon like that.
Yeah. It's chaos.
3 hours. 3!
3 hours, 11 minutes, and 31 seconds. Hey, Belinda, fuck you. Fuck you too, Al. And Pink Lava, bitch, I'm coming for you.